do this for now. Mike's hot. All right, you're looking at Round Rock Dragon Field here in Round Rock, Texas, where it is a breezy 103 degrees right now.
Yeah.
Before kickoff, Al Spada, Michael Alvarez, Joseph Duffy with you here for tonight's iHSFAN broadcast between the Cedar Ridge Raiders and the Harker Heights Knights. That's going to give me a trouble all night long.
Oh, yeah.
The Ridge Raiders and the Heights Knights. Michael, Cedar Ridge picks up their first win last week, a come-from-behind victory, 24-21. The defense forcing 5 turnovers in that one. What did you see last week?
Yeah, I mean, the offense got off to a really slow start with back-to-back turnovers on their possessions. I mean, they kind of slow start, but the defense was able to find a way to keep them in it. They gained momentum with stops, that fumble early to pick up their first score of the game, and the offense finally got into some rhythm. You saw that Jack Pippen threw his 2 interceptions early, and Coach Sam Robinson did not want to pull him out. They decided to stick with him, and he was able to find a way to flip the game around and even got 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and you saw later on in the game, they threw the ball quite a bit last week. We saw Junior Gentry with 12 targets. Eddie Carruthers was the go-to man with 3 catches in the fourth quarter. Coach Sam Robinson kind of juggled with 3 different quarterbacks in game 1. Stuck with Jack Pippen after the rough start. 2 interceptions, 2 passes on little slant passes to Junior Gentry. They were picked off by Cole James. And you know, upstairs we're thinking, oh, is that going to be it? Are they going to stay with him? And they did, and he rewarded them with 2 touchdowns later in the game, including the game winning to Junior Gentry.
Yeah, I mean, that was the second time that he connected the first 2 touchdowns on a fade ball towards the side of the end zone. I mean, Gentry with a great play. There was some question about maybe a potential push-off, but at the end of the day, they called it clean. It was a good catch. It was a good physical play, and at the end of the day, won the game.
Yeah, he got the position in front, so then I started to think, well, maybe it was a penalty on the defender, because he was already in front. He's the bigger body, and he came down with the catch. But then when you see the highlights on the touchdown to Jordan Ramsey, VAR ATX, which is Flex ATX, also known in the area, there was a really high quality shot at the touchdown to Ramsey, and he actually went almost in front of the defender's arm to bring the ball in and make a great catch. But it was still a great throw by Pippen. So. Still interesting to see. I wouldn't be surprised, Michael, if we see Jakari Killingsworth at some point tonight. A lot of talent, can move things with his feet, but right now it really surprised me. Jack Pippen is not the starting quarterback tonight after a win.
Yeah, I mean, Jack Pippen, he finally had towards that second half, he found his groove. They found some more momentum. Today, though, I'd like to see them air the ball out a little more down the field, because they're still looks like they have some problems connecting with that deep ball. I think if they really wanted to go with some type of momentum in district play, I'd try and connect on that deep ball a little bit and see if they can build some momentum there.
This is the final non-district game for Cedar Ridge next week. It'll be you, Joseph, and Emmanuel, the UT kids. Well, I'll be out of town, but you'll open the district schedule, 26-6A. You'll open that at Vista Ridge, at Gupton Stadium. We'll start off against Cedar Park. And then after that, we'll have Rodney Rodriguez for Westwood. But things that Coach Robinson probably wants to see tonight is get this offense clicking, get the run game going. Right now, they're only averaging 72 yards on the ground a game and 82 yards through the air. They want to be probably in that mid-200 range going into district so they can get that offense cooking, because with the way this defense is playing right now, if this offense could give them any kind of a jolt, you like their chances.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, this offense is only averaging 15.5 points a game right now. I mean, they're seem like they're a little struggle to start this year off, but I mean, if they can find a way to connect that, their defense is playing really well, allowing only 23.5 points, only 23 points per game allowed, and they have 7 turnovers on the year with 5 from last week. So I mean, this defense really they're really strong-nosed, they're really competitive, and they got some heart.
Yeah, and you got a great secondary. Again, Robinson has got a fumble recovery. E.J. Arriaga, 3 interceptions on the season. 2 last week with the game sealer against Cruz Tella, who threw 3 last week. David Evangelista Torres with the fumble recovery touchdown. Everybody is contributing on this defense, and that's what you like to see. It's contagious. Everybody doing their job.
Yeah, I mean, the defense, I think they're about to
get the national anthem. They're going to present the colors, so we'll pause for that, and we'll bring you the national anthem. Again, we're getting ready to get started with Cedar Ridge and Harker Heights. the national anthem again. We're getting ready to get started with Cedar, Ridge, and Harker Heights. A little bit of an echo. Okay.
It kind of sounds like it's in the room. I don't know if the mic's just sort of close to the mouth enough. Let's do this close.
And that, and we're bringing the national anthem again. We're getting ready to get started with Cedar, Ridge, and Harker Heights. That might have been because I didn't have this muted.
Okay. Kind of sounds like it's in the room. I don't know if the mic's just sort of close to the mouth.
So that's picking you up. How is that picking you up? That's me, my phone playing it. Something is getting picked up. Oh. That might have been because I didn't have this. Should be picking all that up. All right, we're ready to get some football going.
Get things underway.
So quarterback for the Harker Heights Knights is Dylan Plink, a senior. He's been the 3-year starter for the Knights as well. 4 touchdowns in week 1 last week, 22 for 32, 154 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions. This offense gave up 3 turnovers in the loss against Smithson Valley, 27 to 10. So it was a tough one last week. But again, considering what they did in week 1, this is a team that's averaging 33.5 points, 330 yards of total offense. So it's going to be a good matchup to see this offense versus this Cedar Ridge defense.
Yeah.
Very windy here. Dragon Stadium, one of the Round Rock ISD stadiums. It's either Dragon Stadium, Kelly Reeves, that we'll see a lot of the Round Rock teams playing. So captains for Cedar Ridge, number 17, John Rupert, number 90, Jackson Yanuzzi, number 12, Will Hamilton, the kicker, and Riley Aguirre, the wide receiver. So captains for Cedar Ridge as we await the coin toss. Just keep it like this, and then every once in a while just check it, the volume. All right, so the Raiders win the toss. They're going to defer. They did the same thing last week, and that always bodes well, right? Depending on what the situation is, you want to catch up or you want to pile on. It's always good to get the ball to start the third quarter. So they're going to be kicking off to Harker Heights. We're going to get a first chance to see this offense for first-year head coach Mark Humble, a Killeen native, graduate from Killeen High School, that went on to SMU, played quarterback there, had a very nice college career, and as Joseph was telling me earlier of the day, spent a lot of time in that Frisco, Dallas area and Prosper, Texas as well. But he's come back home to where he grew up to take care of one of his probably rivals as he was at Killeen High School.
Yeah, and these two teams faced off last year with the Harker Heights win 27-20. So it's interesting to see. That was a close competitive matchup. Interesting to see how we can shake things up this year.
So Newman and Johnson back deep. And on the far side, that's Evans. So Hamilton getting ready to kick off. Cedar Ridge in black tops, white letters and numbers, and white pants with some purple and black piping down the side. As we said earlier, Harker Heights with those Nebraska type uniforms on white tops, red letterings, red pants. So we are ready to go at 7:02, and it's a high kick. Johnson is going to field it at about the 6-yard line, brings it upfield. He's got a crease, and he is tripped up as he crosses the 25-yard line to the 26-yard line, and that is where Harker Heights will start 1st and 10 from their own 26-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like he's about to have some crease there, but a great trip up by Baron, number 1 Baron Robinson.
That band is getting ready to go as we see this defensive front. Wyatt McKenzie, Jackson Collis, Jackson Yanuzzi, Brendan Mitchell up front for the Cedar Ridge Raiders defensive line. Dylan Plank in at quarterback. Takes the first snap and hands it off to Caden Butler, who is wrapped up by Jonah Collis after a 1-yard pickup, 2nd down and 9.
Great stuff there by the Cedar Ridge defense.
Band is going. 4 wide for Harker Heights. Take the handoff to Butler up the middle, in and out of the hands of Johnson. Quickly, 3rd down and 9, Michael.
Quick pass there. Looks like if they would have put that maybe a little more in front of him, he had some open daylight, but just a little behind him there.
Here we go, 3rd down and 9. Let's see if they can force a quick 3 and out to start the game. And it's almost like you're getting the ball twice, right, to start the game in at the 3rd quarter. So tight press coverage for Cedar Ridge here on the 3rd down and 9. Line to gain is the Harker Heights 37-yard lines. Blake is back to pass. He's got pressure. Wyatt McKenzie chasing him out of the pocket. Heaves one down the sideline for Kai McMillan, but that is incomplete, and great pressure from the start.
Yeah, great pressure up the middle, forced him out to his right side. He had to try and start directing receivers to try and get something going there, and just overthrew his target. Great stop, quick 3 and out for the Cedar Ridge Raiders. And like you said, they have a chance to, that was very quick, maybe a few seconds went off the clock, maybe a minute, and they get the ball.
So a quick 3 and out, which is exactly what you want to see and exactly where this defense picked up from last week. Andrew Johnson and Robinson back to receive the punt. Robinson's going to let this one fall in front of him and take a bounce. Great field position to get started for Cedar Ridge as they will get the ball at their own 39-yard line. After the punt, that was a 36-yard net punt. That's where Cedar Ridge will start. 11:06 in the ball game, just getting started. No score here in the 1st.
And it looks like we will see Jack Pippin come out for the Raiders today. He's coming off 146 yards and 2 touchdowns with 2 INTs last week against Bowie.
So Malik Hamilton in the backfield to start the game off. Offset to the left side. Ramsey in motion. First snap for Cedar Ridge is a handoff to Malik Hamilton. And give him forward progress to the 41, a pickup of 2. 2nd and 8.
Yeah, another little quick runoff. A little different than last week, the 2 back-to-back throws, which resulted in interceptions last week. Looks like they wanted to stick with a run here to try and maybe ease their way into this game.
So Andrew Johnson checks in. Everybody checking those wristbands to make sure they got the play, and that's the best way to do it. The coach can put a number out, and then they know what to go with. 2nd down and 8. Line to gain is their own 49-yard line. Pippin. Option pitch out to Andrew Johnson across the 25, right at the 1st down marker, and he's going to have enough for a 1st down. So an 8-yard pickup for Andrew Johnson on his first carry of the night, and he'll move the chains.
Andrew Johnson was a big factor in the run game last week with 11 carries for 30 yards. I like the little spread the defense out there and little pitch action to pick up that 1st down.
First and 10 from the 49-yard line. Pippin looking towards the sideline. Pass is deflected and broken up by Torrance Anthony. Anthony had an interception in last week's loss to Smithson Valley. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
A little attempt on a little quick out there for probably about 6 yards, but it was great defense, like you said, by Torrance Anthony.
And starting to get cooking here. 10:03 left to go, 1st quarter, opening drive for Cedar Ridge. Pippin. Screen pass out to Ramsey, who's got some room. gets near the first down marker towards the 41. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 42-yard line, setting up an early 3rd down and 1 for this offense.
Looks like the Knights were backed up a little bit right there. Nice little screen pass call there for a nice pickup there, close to the first down. I like how they're incorporating quick run, and then quick pass, try and, get this offense moving, get this defense spread out, keep them honest.
3rd down and about 1.5. Hamilton and Johnson in the backfield. Quick out to Ramsey, and it kind of slipped out of Pippen's hands as that ball was a little low. And Ramsey kind of telling him, it's okay, don't worry about it. And it looks like Sam Robinson's going to keep that offense on the field.
Yeah, it looks like he just might have rushed that throw a little bit. He had an open receiver.
You like to see that kind of confidence in your quarterback to tell him, hey, don't worry about it, we got all game. Instead of getting upset, throwing your arms in the air. 3rd and 1. On the ground of Hamilton. Dodging, ducking. And he's right at the marker. And they're going to move the chains for a 1st down. So Malik Hamilton.
It looks like he got met right in the backfield, but was able to drag his legs a little bit forward and fall into that 1st down.
Harker Heights defense allowing 20 points per game. Again, beat Colleen Ellison in week 1, lost to Smithson Valley 27-10 last week, and they just couldn't. Every time they were driving down the field when I watched that game, Michael, they just had a big turnover, a costly turnover, or a costly penalty to set them back. So both teams 1-1, trying to get things going before district. Pippen, delayed handoff to Hamilton, turns the edge inside the 35, down to the 29-yard line. A 12-yard pickup for Malik Hamilton, 1st and 10.
Malik Hamilton is getting active very early, found the outside edge there, picked up a nice 12 yards.
Great opening drive for the Cedar Ridge Raiders. I tell you, I'm going to have trouble with that all night. Johnson in the backfield, 4 wide. Hand off to Johnson. Spins, but cannot get out of the wrap of Terrell Washington.
It looks like he ran into a wall right when he got that ball. Tried to spin off of it, but just ran into more white jerseys.
Lost about a yard on the play. 2 carries, 7 yards for Johnson. 2nd down and 11. Washington, 14 tackles last week. 2nd on the team for the season for the outside linebacker. Pippen signals Ramsey in motion. He'll take the high snap. Option pitch out to Johnson, who's got to change direction. No gain on the play. 3rd down and 11 coming up.
Looks like they came back to that little pitch option there, but it looks like the Knights are ready for that one. Stuffed them at the line. Coming up with a crucial 3rd down to try and keep this drive alive. Got quite a bit to go.
See what they draw up. They've been willing to pass the ball the last couple of weeks. So see what they do 3rd down and 11. Probably outside of Hamilton's range right now. They need the 20 for a 1st down. Out to Gentry. Fighting for extra yardage. This one's going to be close, Michael, as he is down to about the 20-yard line.
Again, looks like they're just trying to warm Pippen up with those quick outs and those quick throws. Looks like they almost got there. Expect to see the offense down the field here, especially if they picked one up earlier in the drive.
So they needed 11, he got 10. Another 4th down and 1. They're already 1 for 1 on this drive right now. .7:35 and counting left to go, 1st quarter, no score. But Cedar Ridge is driving down the field. They have an important 4th down and 1 coming up. Timeout called by Sam Robinson, and he is not happy with his coaching staff or the offense. He wanted to make sure that the play was there, and you can't have a delay of game. And they had a delay of game like that last week where it just sets you back.
It pushes you out of where you want to be. It puts you out of your comfort zone. 1 yard turns into 6. Great, good timeout call by there. Looks like the sideline right now is not happy about something. Maybe just a little miscommunication there.
But again, he understands how important this drive is. First drive for your offense. Want to get some confidence going. It's 100+ degrees on the field right now. That defense just gave you a 3 and out. And they're standing up on the sideline ready to go too. But again, you want to extend the drive, walk away with points right now, get into a more comfortable situation for Will Hamilton, who hit last week from, I have it here, Hamilton hit from 34 last week, but missed from 35 and then had a kick block as well. So they probably need about another first down to feel comfortable about that right now, but they're thinking touchdown here.
Yeah, I mean, they have this, they get this right here. It'll be 2 fourth down conversions on the drive.
4th and 1, they need the 19 for a first down. Pippen rolls out to pass, throws in the middle of the field, and that ball is caught for a first down. Jake McGill with his first catch of the season. Perfect time for that as he picks up 5 yards. 1st and 10 from the 15.
Again, they extend the drive with another quick pass out for Pippen. Now they are feel more comfortable in the range of their kicker, but this drive's been long, and I think they want 7 here, or they want 6.
So Ramsey and McGill to the near side. Gentry out wide to the far side. Ramsey in motion. Up the middle to Hamilton. Forward progress to the 13-yard line. A pickup of 2, 2nd down and 8.
Again, run games kind of struggling when they try and push up that middle in front of that big defensive front.
Michael, this is the 12th play of the drive for Cedar Ridge.
Long drive that didn't start all the way too far in the back of their own end zone. So, I mean, deep in their own territory. So, I mean, they have really just slowly moved this ball up this field. But they're getting somewhere.
Pippen in the shotgun. Looking towards the sideline. Back to McGuire, and he is pulled down by the neck. And Torrance Anthony is calling for an incomplete pass. And it'll be complete, but for no gain. Well, maybe a half a yard. So, but McGuire was kind of yanked down by the neck. Surprised no call on that. 3rd down.
Another quick throw there, just ran right when he caught the ball, just ran into the 2 defenders and just yanked him down. Again, the higher tackle there. No throw, no call by the officials though.
Pippen has completed passes to 4 different receivers on this drive. Play number 13 on a 3rd down. Hamilton, they fake the give to him, misdirection up the middle. They got a first down.
I like that play call. They've done a lot of stretch running out, kind of got the defense to shift to the right a little bit and ran up the middle, kind of opened up the hole for him. He just fell just short of the end zone.
So Eddie Carruthers with the rare carry gets the ball down to the 2-yard line, a pickup of 11. 1st and goal from the 2.
I like to see them go back to their quick throws here. It's been very successful in this drive.
Go on the ground to Johnson, changing direction. He's untouched as he scores a touchdown with 5:04 left to go in the 1st quarter.
Like that great drive by these Raiders here. They really just meticulously worked the ball up the field. Short gain after short gain after short gain. No huge plays, but they took off a good chunk of this 1st quarter and got in the end zone doing it.
14 plays, 61 yards, and a touchdown, as now they're setting up to go for 2. Screen pass in the end zone, and Ramsey, a lot of contact, and there it looks like they're going to call a pass interference on Jacoby Evans. As you like the aggressiveness there to go for 2 and try to go up 8.
Yeah, a lot of contact on that.
And the penalty's confirmed, pass interference on Evans. And they gave it a try, but now they'll go out and kick it.
Interesting formation lineup there. They did that last week, but they called a timeout right before and then threw their kick mute on there. I was surprised to see a play call there.
So here's Hamilton, left-footed kicker to kick the extra point. 24 yards away. It's up, and it is good. 7-0. The Cedar Ridge Raiders take the lead on their opening offensive drive. 14 plays, 61 yards. You are watching Round Rock ISD Football, presented by Covert Ford on the iHSFAN Webcast Network. We'll be right back. So come here. Good job on that drive. You good?
I'm sweating.
Huh?
I'm sweating, but I'm good, yeah.
Your hand up there.
We got a little bit of AC. You're getting ready to kick off.
Yeah. All right, Alex and Michael Alvarez, Joseph Duffy with you. Cedar Ridge with a 7-0 lead as they capped off a 14-play, 61 drive on a 2-yard touchdown run by Andrew Johnson. And they lead at 7-0 here in this final non-district matchup before they open up their district schedule against the Vista Ridge Raiders next Friday. Hamilton, high kick. Newman fields it at the 3, to the 10, to the 20. Fike pushes him out of bounds, but Newman gets up to the 27-yard line, and that's where Harker Heights will start their second drive of the night after going 3 and out on the first one.
Like you just said, I mean, Cedar Ridge forced a 3 and out their last drive, kind of got their offense the ball very quickly, see if they can probably mimic that this drive as well.
So McMillan and Crooks to the near side, Johnson and Nobles to the far side. Blake back to pass on first down. He's got a little bit of time, throws in the middle field. He's got his man Johnson for first down at the 37.
Looks like there's a flag in the play, though, might be coming back.
Flag in the backfield. Holding on the offense, bring him back 10 yards. It'll be first down and 20. First penalty of the night for Harker Heights.
That's a killer right there. You just picked up a first down. You look like you're about to get some momentum on this drive and then go back 10 more yards, and it just sets you a negative play. Number 64 was throwing up the I'm not guilty hands after that play. But looks like they caught him there.
Fernando Rodriguez, the junior left guard, gets called for the holding penalty, so it'll be a first and 20 on the 17-yard line. Blake quick out to the sideline, caught by Bryce Bass. And Bass almost to the original line of scrimmage. They'll give him 9 yards, second down and 11.
Looks like they were just trying to maybe get back to that line of scrimmage there. Put themselves back where they started. A quick out pass there.
Trips to the near side. Blake looking in the middle of the field. He's got Johnson again. And he is pushed forward by David Evangelista for the first down. So a 12-yard pickup to Johnson.
Looks like they went back to that same play that right before they got called for the holding penalty. That time it was clean. Two quick throws after the holding penalty, and this offense is moving.
TJ Johnson, 7 catches and a touchdown last week. On the ground of Butler. Met by Raiders everywhere after a pickup of 1, second down and 9. 2 carries, 2 yards for Caden Butler.
Cedar Ridge has done a good job so far of clustering up the middle and stopping any run that runs through there.
3:50 left to go in the first quarter. Cedar Ridge with a 7-0 lead here at Dragon Stadium. Band is starting to get cooking. Blake takes a low snap. He's got time in the middle of the field. He's got the tight end Crooks, who breaks free to the outside, to the 30, to the 20, down the sideline. Rocky Crooks with a 61-yard touchdown. Wow.
Was able to found him on the middle of the field, spun off a tackle, got himself to the left sideline, and just outran everybody on the way there.
A little dump-off pass. Spun across a few defenders and then broke free to the outside. So here's Jaden Fletcher to try to tie the game up with 3:26 left to go. As Crooks will hold it. He's got to catch his breath. After running 60 yards, he's got to get on his one knee and hold the extra point.
Mr. Do Everything here.
Fletcher is good. We're all tied up, 7 apiece. Cedar Ridge will get the football when we come back. You're watching Round Rock ISD football on the iHSFAN Webcast Network, presented by Colbert Ford. Click, make sure you're here. Yeah. Set. Use the mouse next time. There you go. All right. Good job, man. You're doing really good.
So we got some. Looks like Harker Heights seem like they can be very explosive at times.
They can't give Blake time.
Yeah. He has been a little comfortable in that pocket.
Because once he's comfortable, he can let it rip. He's efficient too.
All right, we're on our new home here on the iHSFAN Webcast Network on YouTube. Make sure to like and subscribe to our channel so you can pick up all 5 Round Rock ISD football games every week right here on YouTube on your big screen TV or your mobile device or your desktop. As Baron Robinson will field this kick from the 10-yard line. Goes towards the middle of the field to the 20, cuts up, avoids a defender, but is finally dropped at the 23-yard line, and that's where Cedar Ridge will start their second drive of the game.
They're coming off a long 14-play drive to get them the first scores of the game. Let's see if they try and mimic that, try and work some clock here, maybe shoot up the middle more, maybe try and throw the ball a little deeper. They've lived on these short these short passes and these little quick handoffs. See if we see anything else coming out of this offense.
Ramsey and Gentry and McGill to the near side. McGill to the far side, Aguirre to the near side.
There might be some confusion on the field.
So looks like we have an official timeout. We'll see. A little water break.
Might just be a little tired.
It's hot.
Heat might just be getting to him.
Referee Edward Johnson. I want to sip of water really quickly. At some point today, it was 107 degrees, breaking a record in the Austin, Central Texas area. When we got started, it was 103, and then the heat index is hot.
It's hot.
Even though the sun is set beautifully here at Dragon Stadium in Round Rock, Texas, it is still warm.
Sun might not be in your face, but the humidity is going to be there all day.
I love the setup of the bench for Cedar Ridge. They got those
water
Mr. fans. Yeah, they're going. Those guys are hanging out.
That coach does not look very happy right now, though. He's hanging on his board a little bit.
Yeah, that's just a blown coverage and a couple of missed tackles. So that's 2 things that a coach does not want to see. If you get beat man on man, that's fine, but you don't want to miss tackles and you don't want to blow coverage. So we got plenty of ball game left. 3:19 left to go first quarter, all tied up 7 apiece between the Harker Heights Knights and your Cedar Ridge Raiders. So water break is over, Michael. 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line. Pippen. Quick out to Ramsey. Tries to get to the edge, and he gets to the 25-yard line, but he is wrapped up quickly by Malik Bell, the senior free safety. So 2nd down and 8.
Another quick throw there. They've lived today on those quick throws. They have been successful, however, so I think they keep attacking that until the Knights find a way to stop them.
Hamilton and Johnson in the backfield with Pippen. Fakes the handoff, steps up, avoids pressure, is going to take off and run for it, and he's free to the 50, out of bounds in Harker Heights territory, down to the Harker Heights 43-yard line. That's a 32-yard dash for Pippen. What a run.
Looks like he was looking for someone downfield, but the pocket kind of collapsed on him, found a hole in that left side of the line, and just didn't look back.
We saw Pippen give a spark in the first game with that 66-yard touchdown run. He's got 32 and a 1st down in Harker Heights territory from the 43-yard line. We saw that gap of defenders kind of closed in on him, and he just
found an opening.
Hit a 5th gear and pushed off. First and 10. Looks to pass. Middle of the field. Almost intercepted as he overthrew his receiver. And Bell almost picked it off.
Looks like kind of a rush throw there, maybe. I think he had Gentry open on that sideline.
Yeah, there was a lot of traffic he was throwing into.
He threw into quite the hole he was trying to slip that throw into, but thankfully it was not picked off for their sake.
Second down and 10 for Cedar Ridge from the Knights' 43-yard line. Pippen back to pass again. Quick out to Carruthers. And Carruthers picks up 2 to the 41-yard line. Great tackle from Terrell Washington. I'll be calling his name a lot tonight, Michael.
Yeah, that was a quick little screen pass to get that. I found that very successful getting their offense going last week, but looks like the Knights were kind of on there that time.
So here we go. Third down. Call it 8. Need to clear the 33-yard line for a first down. 4 wide, 2 on each side for the Raiders. Johnson in the backfield for protection. Pippen. Quick out to Carruthers. And do they have it? No, they're going to be short again. So they're going to be about a half a yard short. As they will not move the chains. Yeah, they are going to move the chains. So he does have enough. Got the 8 yards. First down.
Again, right there, another quick out throw, another quick out route there. We're finding a lot of success early on.
Carruthers, 2 catches, 10 yards. Option pitch out to Johnson. Gets to the outside, to the 30. Flag comes out. Might have a hold on Riley Aguirre, but we'll wait for the confirmation.
Kind of looks like another little pitch play there. They look like they're kind of running through, finding some consistency in these plays calls, and they are successfully moving down the field once again.
First couple of weeks, they've had trouble running in between the tackles, so it's good to kind of see them go with those options and sweeps.
Yeah.
So holding on Aguirre, push him back to the 43. It'll be a first down and 20. Still in Harker Heights territory. Winding down the first quarter. 1:13 left to go, all tied up 7 apiece here at Dragon Stadium in Round Rock, Texas.
Hard 10-yard loss there, as Emmanuel would say, drive killers on holds and false starts like those alike. Let's see if they can find a way to push back. They got 20 long yards to go now.
First and 20, Pippen. And Gentry was bobbling it and then tried to turn off field while he was bobbling it and couldn't bring it home, so second down and 20.
Looks like he was worried about what was in front of him before he had it in his hands.
As you mentioned, they're going with these quick outs.
Trying to abuse the flats there, they have found much success doing that. It's a tough drop there for Gentry.
First and 20, let's see if they get a chunk here. Pippen, back to pass, throws towards the sideline. Gentry hauls that one in across the 30. Going to set up a manageable third down as Gentry is down to the 32-yard line.
Gentry redeems himself there.
33-yard line, excuse me, a 7-yard pickup for Gentry. He's going to set up a third down in about 6.
And they're working the flats up the field. They're finding a lot of success there.
Third and 6. 23 seconds left to go first quarter. This might be the final play. Ramsey in motion. Up the middle to Hamilton, trying to find a hole. And he goes nowhere. No gain on the play. That's going to set up a fourth down and about 5. And that's going to do it for the first quarter. So we're going to go to the second quarter. All knotted up at 7 apiece. You're watching Round Rock ISD football on the iHSFAN Webcast Network, presented by Colbert Ford.
That brings us to the end of the first quarter. With your score 97, Raiders 7.
23 seconds left to go first quarter. This might be the final play. Ramsey in motion. Up the middle to Hamilton, trying to find a hole. He goes nowhere. No gain on the play. That's going to set up a 4th down. Ready to play another commercial. See where it's at. Fourth down, right?
Yes, 4th and about 6.
Attention on the visitor side. We have a phone that was turned on that was recovered in the visitor's restroom. If you are missing a phone, you can collect it at the home ticket booth on the home side of the stadium. Once again, there's a phone found in the visitor's restroom. You can claim it at the home ticket booth on the home side of the stadium.
All right, start of the second quarter. Cedar Ridge 7, Harker Heights 7. 9th play of the drive for the Cedar Ridge Raiders, who started this drive at their own 23-yard line. And Pippin under center. Pitches out to Johnson here on 4th down, trying to get the first down, and he does. Andrew Johnson on 4th down. He's got himself inside the 20-yard line, down to the 20. A pickup of 8 yards.
Looks like he got met kind of towards the line of scrimmage, but broke off the first tackle, kind of stumbled his way for that first down. Way to stay on balance.
And this offense looks incredible these first 2 drives. Already 24 plays they've run up.
And three 4th down conversions already.
1st and 10 from the Knights' 20-yard line. Hamilton trying to get some momentum. Picks up a yard. No gain on the play. Hamilton, 6 carries, 18 yards so far tonight.
Again, they tried a quick little handoff up the middle, but again, they're finding that big defensive line just right in front, meeting them right at the line of scrimmage. It's been tough sledding up the middle.
Pippin rolls out, throws to the numbers, and he's got Acquire inside the 15, down to the 13-yard line. A pickup of 6, bringing up a 3rd down and 3.
Again, a nice little quick throw to the outside there for a short little pickup as they keep working. So far, this team's lived off of working every single play in these drives.
Handoff to Johnson, breaks off of a tackle, and he's got his 2nd touchdown of the night, a 13-yard touchdown for Andrew Johnson. And Cedar Ridge up 13-7, 10:40 left to go in the second quarter.
Johnson met probably 2 yards in front of the line of scrimmage, slips off the tackle, and finds nothing but daylight ahead of him. Another good run there for Johnson. He, like you said, picks up his 2nd touchdown of the night. 93
yards unofficially for Cedar Ridge tonight on the ground. They came into tonight's game averaging only 72 yards a game. They already have 93 here in the first half. Hamilton to kick the extra point with Robinson holding. Low snap. And it's good. 14-7. Cedar Ridge, 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. They'll be kicking off when we come back on the horn, on the iHSFAN Webcast Network. That habits, die hard. I gotta figure out this audio why it sounds so choppy.
Sorry, I go back to pushes. Right?
Yeah, just start from the top.
Okay.
keep going in order.
All right, we're back. Alex Pater, Michael Alvarez, Joseph Duffy with you. Cedar Ridge with a 14-7 lead. After the 13-yard touchdown by Andrew Johnson, who's got 2 touchdowns so far tonight to go along with 30 yards on the ground. High kick. Fielded by Evans at the 12. Evans changing direction. Turns upfield at the 25, and he is hit by Baron Robinson. And tripped up at the 23-yard line.
Cedar Ridge, after the first initial 3-and-out drive, had some maybe miscommunication last drive, which led to a Knights touchdown. But like what I saw the Knights last drive was that they really threw the ball. They were really working the ball up the field in the air. They also, Dylan Plake has had a lot of time in the pocket. Maybe see Cedar Ridge try and get more pressure here.
Plake, a 3-year starter for Harker Heights, 57, now 58 career touchdowns. As he hands off to Butler, who breaks a tackle and is tripped up by Christian Balzadua after a pickup of about 3. Second down and 7. Plake throws towards the sideline, deflected by Balzadua. Third down again, quickly, 3rd and 6.
Nice coverage there. Breaks up that pass. Puts them in another third down, chance to get the defense off the field.
Plake signaling an audible at the line of scrimmage, a 3rd down and 6. Fakes the handoff, looking for it all in the middle of the field. He's got Kai McMillan across midfield. He's finally chased down by Davon Crank, but down to the 33-yard line.
Another big,
a 47-yard pickup, wow.
Another big play there for the Knights. Looks like they abused man coverage there, found a hole up the middle and just got tripped up.
43 yards, excuse me. So McMillan on the ground with Butler, bounces off of a tackle, gets to the outside, breaks another tackle. Wow, what an effort by Caden Butler to get down to the Raider 25-yard line. An 8-yard pickup. It's actually Evans, excuse me.
That's what they call a grown man run. Lowers his shoulder, fights for extra yardage.
Back on the ground for Harker Heights. A 1-yard pickup on the play to Evans. To Newman, excuse me. Newman on the carry.
Offense has been 2 different stories. The Knights work the ball up the field very quickly as the Raiders seem to work a lot of clock as they force their way down the field.
Plake lofts one out to Newman, who's got the first down inside the 10, shaking and baking. Finally pushed out of bounds by Jaden Fike.
Yeah, it looks like the Raiders brought pressure there at the middle. Plake did a very good job of reading it there, found a man open on the sideline.
15-yard pickup, 1st and goal from the 8. So high-scoring affair so far, and Plake is trying to tie the game up as he little pitch pass to Newman, and what a tackle by Christian Balzadua.
Met him in the backfield there. You have the right to smack your chest there, son.
A loss of 3.
Tackle.
So 3 yards on the play. Second and goal from the 11.
Blew up that play, try and swing the momentum back to the defensive side.
Blake, back to pass. He's got pressure. He's being chased out of the pocket. Throws one in the back of the end zone. And it is caught. Christian Nobles with the touchdown. 11 yards. And it is 13-14. Extra point upcoming.
Blake forced out of the pocket there, rolls to his left. 81 did kind of stumble before that catch, but was able to find his footing. And Blake delivered a beautiful pass to the left side of the end zone. An extra point away from tying up this ball game.
Here's Fletcher. 8 for 8 so far on the season for extra points. He is 9 for 9. Michael, coming into tonight, he is 126 of 129 for extra points.
Wow.
That's a lot of extra points for the 3-year varsity kicker, Jaden Fletcher. We are all tied up, 14 apiece. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. They're throwing it.
The offense are 2 stories.
We got ourselves a game.
Yeah, good action early.
Yeah, he's got 151 yards already.
He's so efficient.
All right, so we're back. Dylan Blake has completed his last 6 passes in a row for 151 yards. And he's got Harker Heights back in this ball game. We're all even at 14 apiece with 7:43 left to go in the first half.
After that first quick 3 and out in their first possession, they've really found their groove here. Back-to-back drives.
Cedar Ridge. Andrew Johnson will wave that off and he'll take the touchback. And Cedar Ridge will start their 3rd drive of the game at their own 25-yard line.
With the kick, no return. Raiders will take over at their own 25-yard line, 1st and 10.
Cedar Ridge, again, last tune-up before district opens next week. Vista Ridge at Gupton Stadium, so a road game. And then back at Kelly Reeves for Westwood. That's how they'll open up their district season against Vista Ridge and Westwood. Pippin, quick out to Gentry. Forward progress up to the 28. 29. So a 4-yard pickup to Gentry. His 4th catch. He's got 3rd catch, for 21 yards.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Another quick throw out to the flats. They found a lot of success there early on.
Second and 6. On the ground to Hamilton. We got a little skirmish on the near sideline between Anthony and Ramsey, but no call on the play. Hamilton gets up to the 31-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 4.
Just look like a little couple friendly competition there going each other's necks.
2 physical players want to get that position on the edge. 3rd and 4. Pippin takes a high snap, rolls out, throws. He's got Ramsey for the 1st down. Up to the 43-yard line. So right now it looks like a 12-yard pickup for Ramsey.
Another designed rollout there for Pippin as he finds Ramsey on a nice little out route there again, working that side of the field. Not taking a lot of chances, just finding what they can.
Hamilton with the carry. And looked like he was going to lose some yards, but was actually able to bring it up to the 47-yard line.
Yeah, another little quick pitch out there. He did stutter a little bit at that line of scrimmage, but turned on that second gear and kind of fell forward for a smooth, about 4-yard gain.
I just like how committed they've been to the run. It's a great balance between the two, Michael.
Keeping the defense honest.
Second down and 7, 6:06 left to go in the first half. Pippen fakes the option, throws a knuckler, and that ball is picked off. Intercepted
That's
by
unfortunate.
Tennille Nelson, and that ball kind of slipped out of his hands, and we talked about the heat, that sweat.
Yeah.
That ball just ducked out of his hands, and Nelson picks up the interception and gives Harker Heights the football with great field position.
Unfortunate there. Looked like they did a little fake pitch there to try and get the defense on their toes, and he had an open man, just slipped out of his hand, fell a little short.
They'll start at their own 44-yard line. Third interception for Pippen. He had 2 last week. So 14-14, 5:57 left to go first half. As Blake brings the Knights offense back on the field, throws a comebacker. That ball is caught. Keyshawn Otis, his first catch of the season.
This Knights offense has been really fluid after that first drive. They've really shown a lot of
Just a lot of versatility. On the ground, a Butler breaks a tackle. Still fights for extra yardage as he gets close to the first down marker. Picks up 3, setting up a 3rd down and 1.
They've done a great job to work the ball down the field, just as Cedar Ridge was doing until that unfortunate turnover on the interception. See if the defense can try and stiffen it up, force some negative plays.
3rd down and 1. They need to clear the 46 for a first down. Blake back to pass, swings one out to Johnson. Johnson's got some room to run, avoids a tackle. It's finally brought down by Evangelista at the 35-yard line.
Quick screen route there. Got some great blocks from his teammates and was able to bounce out to the outside and make a quick move and get him a little extra yards for that first down.
18-yard pickup for Johnson. 1st and 10 inside of Raider territory at the 35-yard line. On the ground to Evans. Evans to the 32 for 3. 2nd down and 7.
Looks like they ran a little hurry up there, kind of caught the Raiders defense on their toes.
Back on the ground to Evans. Got a crease across the 30, across the 25. Evans has the first down to the 22-yard line. A pickup of 11. 1st and 10. Move the chains.
Finds a nice hole in that left side. Kind of slips off a tack a little bit too and falls forward for another first down. Back-to-back first downs for these Knights as they inch closer to the end zone.
Fresh set of downs for the Knights. Blake looking for it all. Ball is caught by T.J. Johnson. Breaks a tackle. He is in the end zone for a 22-yard touchdown.
Looks like the Raiders try to bring some pressure up the middle, try and force Blake into a bad throw, put some pressure on him, but he was able to find his man, number 4, who's been his target almost all night yet, Tyler Johnson.
And Blake has now completed 2, 4, 6, 8 passes in a row, including that touchdown. He's got 3 touchdown passes already as Fletcher is good. 21-14 in this seesaw matchup between the Knights and the Raiders. We're going to take a quick commercial break. You're watching Round Rock ISD Football on the iHSFAN Webcast Network presented by Colbert Ford. Harker Heights ready to kick off. 61-yard touchdown pass to Rocky Crooks, 11-yard touchdown pass to Christian Nobles, and now a 22-yard touchdown pass to Tyler T.J. Johnson. 3 touchdown passes to go along on 171 yards for Dylan Plake as they lead at 21-14 here at Dragon Stadium with 3:57 left to go first half. Cedar Ridge gets the third quarter.
So the Knights really took advantage of that turnover from the Raiders and take their first lead of the night.
So 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Jack Pippin, ball kind of slipped out of his hands in his last possession. That ball was intercepted by Tennille Nelson. First turnover of the game.
I mean, the way this game was going, it was bound to, for maybe one of the defenses forces a turnover and to get their offense the ball again and another score. So looks like momentum shifts in the favor of the Knights.
Hamilton in the backfield, Johnson the up man, Ramsey in motion. Give it to Hamilton, trying to get a hole. He does across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 6. 29 yards for Malik Hamilton tonight.
Yeah, it looks like Raiders want to kind of get some more momentum back after that turnover and then the touchdown by the Knights. See if they can find a way to put some pressure back on this defense.
2nd down and 4. Need the 35 for first down. Pippin back on the ground to Hamilton. Spins up to the 33-yard line. 32-yard line, actually. It's 3rd down and 3.
Another handoff there. Try and work the ball up the field slowly. Expect to see maybe one of their infamous short routes here. Try and pick up the first down.
Four wide for Cedar Ridge here on 3rd down. Pippin rolls, throws towards the sideline, a fight for the ball. And they say, is it intercepted or incomplete? They're waiting for the side judge to make a call. They're all going to get together now and figure out what the call is. Right now, Brian Hood says he has an interception. And they're going to say Harker Heights football. Brian Hood fighting Jordan Ramsey for the football. And back-to-back interceptions for Jack Pippin. And now here comes Harker Heights with a very short field. They're going to get the ball in Cedar Ridge territory at the Cedar Ridge 42-yard line.
Back-to-back interceptions on drives for the Raiders, really killing their momentum, really killing the energy on the sideline as these fans over here might have gone a little silent as the Knights have taken all the momentum in this game and look to push their lead even further.
Well, it just looks like they're kind of going with a similar play call to the out routes to the outside. And
yeah,
great job on the coverage of reading that play. Johnson in motion. 1st and 10. Plake. Rose. He's got Johnson. What a catch inside the 25-yard line. Down to the 25. A 17-yard pickup for Tyler Johnson. 1st and 10.
Again, another big chunk play to his man tonight, Tyler Johnson, who has found all these holes in the defense and picks up another catch there.
Unofficially, 196 yards passing already for Dylan Plake. Johnson again in motion to the far side. Little flea flicker and the ball is loose and Plake has to fall on it. It's still loose and Cedar Ridge might have the football. They try to go with a trick play and a flea flicker and Cedar Ridge picks up the fumble. And who else? Malik Cousin.
Who else would it be? I mean, looks like the Knights try to get a little fancy there and ultimately paid the price for it is a big defensive stop, a big turnover there. Exactly what the Raiders needed to try and get some more momentum back in this game.
Michael, they had the ball down to the Raider 25-yard line. Right now the ball's all the way to the 48-yard line. That's a 23-yard loss.
Yeah, I mean, all the
they
play
were
calls.
pushing the football all night long, and they decided to go with a trick play, and it hurts them. So now Cedar Ridge with a chance to take advantage as they're down 7, 2:23 left to go in the first half. Quick out. Gentry not ready for it. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, it just seems like there's been some miscommunication there. Gentry and Pippen. Again, they go for their out route there. It was there, just maybe a little too early, just weren't on sync there.
2:19 left to go in the first half. Cedar Ridge will get the third quarter kickoff to start. So it'd be nice to get a 2-for-1 before Harker Heights even touches the football again. Pippen rolls out. He's got a ton of pressure, avoids the tackle, and the best he can do is step up to the 48-yard line, 47-yard line. He loses a yard. Third down and about 12.
Looks like they had no design rollout there, but great QB contain from the Knights as Pippen just did a good enough job to try and get back that line of scrimmage and not lose too many yards there.
Sam Robinson's going to call a timeout. 2:12 left to go. We're going to take one with him. We'll be right back after this. A lot of action, huh?
Not sure why they did the trick play.
Yeah, the trick play there was
I don't
interesting.
understand.
Yeah.
How you
They were
get
We've
the
been
ball right
cutting
off,
us up all night. Just
Right
keep doing it.
right off a turnover, and then you try to do.
Just run the football right back down our throat.
I don't know. That's crazy right there. Well, I like Blake. He's
Oh, well, we'll take it.
a good player.
Yeah, but Tyler Johnson has been the go-to guy tonight, though. He is finding
Gotcha,
all the
guy.
holes in the defense.
All right, we're back. Big third down and 11. Raiders need the Harker Heights 43-yard line for a first down. They have the ball at their own 47-yard line.
Trying to take advantage of that turnover.
Pippen back to pass. He's got all sorts of pressure. Steps up, gets to the outside, looking to run for it. Fights for extra yardage. It's going to be close, Michael.
Oh, it's right at that line to gain.
It's going to be just
Dead
short. And as you mentioned earlier, they're 3 for 3 on fourth down tonight. No reason why you wouldn't go for it again.
I like that by Pippen, though.
Yeah. Pocket collapsed right in front of him. He just stepped up and took off for 10. And he's got 3 carries for 41 yards. And they're setting up a fourth down and short. As you mentioned, 3 for 3 on fourth down tonight. We're going to go 4 for 4 and keep this drive going. High snap. Hamilton trying to get to the outside, turn the edge. He's got the first down at the 40. Cedar Ridge wants a horse collar tackle by Malik Bell, but they don't get one.
Again, that's another, looks like a high tackle there. No call from the referees, though. But they do a good job to extend this drive on 2 big runs.
They went with that jet sweep, and it looked like it was stalled. And Hamilton, shaking and baking for 3, gets a first down to the Harker Heights 40-yard line. Clock running, 1:09 left to go in the first half. Cedar Ridge trying to tie it up before the half is over. Pippen. Pump fakes. Nothing there. Steps up again to the 35. Spins inside the 35, down to the 35. 5-yard pickup. Second down and 5. Cedar Ridge. 2 timeouts left. So not in a rush yet to call anything.
Great coverage downfield by the Knights. Looked like Pippen didn't have anything on those outside routes and just, again, does it himself.
33 seconds left to go first half. Pippen. Looking for Gentry in the flat. Incomplete. Clock stops. 29 seconds. Bringing up a 3rd and 5.
And Knights brought pressure up the middle. Kind of forced Pippen to a quick throw and blew off his target there.
He had the pump fake to Carruthers on the play before down the sideline, but the pocket just collapsed on him. And
It just looks like the Knights' pressure has been getting through this offensive line. Pippen's just has done a good job of avoiding taking too many negative plays.
yeah, Rodarian Horn and Alvin Gandia have been treacherous on the D tackle spot. Pippen throws in the middle of the field for Carruthers in traffic again. Incomplete. Going to bring up a 4th down and 5. 24 seconds. Let's see if Robinson wants to pin him deep or go for it on 4th down. Already 4 for 4 tonight. He's going to call it timeout. And then I'll leave him with 1. So we'll keep it here. I mean, the only thing you could say so far, Michael, is the offensive line has been a little overmatched by that D-line by Harker Heights, but they've been able to get some quick outs and some quick passes and move the football on convert and get, great job by Pippen creating and stepping up and running for first downs.
Yeah, I mean, Knights have created great pressure all game. Pippen has done a great job of extending plays and trying his best to get positive plays and avoid the negative plays. But again, there, it looks like he tried to slip into a window, just wasn't there. I mean, there was a lot of congestion right where he was throwing. And, just trying to find anything, really, to get some more momentum on this drive and try and get some points right before halftime.
Yeah, they're doing a great job, this Harker Heights defense, of kind of clogging up that middle, and that's kind of what he wants to do, and the corners have done a good job pressing their man to avoid the outright. So right now what's open for him is going to be down the field, but he's not having enough time back there to let that develop.
Yeah,
so let's see what kind of adjustments that they make going into the half.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like the Knights have done a great job of trying to take away those flats. The Raiders have found a great deal of success early during this first half, and it looks like the only thing that might be open is if they maybe take a shot down the field. But again, have not done that all game as of now. So I mean, it might be time that looks like they're
punt this away. Hamilton's on the field as they're going to punt this one away and pin him back. Again, the way Harker Heights has moved the football, you don't want to give them a short field. So pin him back, make them work for it, and then again, you get the ball to start the third quarter anyway.
Yeah, do your best to just
live to fight another day.
Yeah.
So Hamilton standing at his own 49, so the Harker Heights 49. Penalty on the play or timeout? A flag on the play. 5 would be enough for a first down. Let's see what it is. What is the penalty? False start. Not the worst thing in the world to push him back.
Yeah, actually might even give him a little more breathing room to get that, maybe pin him even further back, depending on how comfortable he is with his distance, but
he needs to get into this one. Hamilton is averaging roughly 24 yards a punt so far this season. A 24-yard punt would put him inside the 20. Let's see if he can do that. 24 seconds left to go in the first half. It's 4th and 10 for Cedar Ridge. Harker Heights leads at 21-14. Hamilton. High kick, it's a really good one, and it'll go out of bounds inside the 20, at the 20. So, takes off 6 seconds off the clock. It'll be 1st and 10 with 18 seconds, and Harker Heights with 2 timeouts left.
yeah, I mean, not a lot of time left, 2 timeouts, 80 yards to go down the field.
I got some big plays, though.
Yeah, interested to see if they keep attacking deep as they've done pretty well all this first half, or if they just kind of play conservative and go into the half with the lead.
I mean, considering how the last drive went, I mean, we're still off air talking like I'm not sure the decision to go for the fake play there, and you've been driving it down 3 straight touchdowns, and you draw a flea flicker up and gives a turnover to Cedar Ridge.
Yeah, looks
and
like
Blake is going to just kneel on it, and should be enough to take us to the half, and it is. So Harker Heights will go into the half with a 21-14 lead over the Cedar Ridge Raiders. A little bit of back and forth in this one. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, Joseph Duffy and Michael Alvarez will give you the halftime report. Then we'll get into the Cedar Ridge marching band, dance crew, and we'll get ready for the third quarter. So stick with us. We'll run a couple of commercials. We'll be back with our halftime report.
I mean,
so they have rushing yards, 27 rushing yards, 196 pass in the first half, right? So that's 223 yards of offense.
for the Harker Heights.
47 yards to Johnson, who's got a touchdown. And for us, 30, 63, 69 to 109, 120 yards on the ground, 66 passing, so 188 total. That's great considering where they've been.
Yeah.
So, you take this one.
They had back-to-back turnovers, right? The Raiders.
Yeah.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Yeah, you can take a few minutes. You don't need to come on for about 3 or 4 minutes.
Let me keep running through the commercials.
Yeah.
Go to the bathroom real quick. It's at 2.
Yeah.
Any advice for the play-by-play?
Keep it simple. I think you'll be good.
Just
Just tell people what you're seeing.
all right.
Let it develop. I mean, hopefully you've been able to pick up some of the players now already. You know,
Yeah, I got Pippen, I got I got Ramsey,
you know, Ramsey
Gentry.
4,
Yeah.
Gentry 81,
Johnson.
Carruthers.
Yeah.
And our Rose of the Week is Olivia McKinney. The Bells will now perform a kick routine to that 1978 chart topper by Earth, Wind & Fire, September.
I don't know why nothing's happening with this.
Why is it like delayed?
Why it's picking up the crowd mic? It should be picking up the crowd mic. Crowd mic's off. Are these playing?
This is fun.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, why? Something shouldn't be picking up any audio. Something is on. I don't know. It should be picking up the crowd mic. Crowd mic's off. Are these playing? It is.
Thinking of us.
I've always wanted an EV, but until I saw the sleek Ford Mach-E, I didn't know just how exhilarating it could be to drive one. The Mach-E is the perfect balance between power and utility. And with features like adaptive cruise control, in-dash entertainment screen, and lane monitoring, my daily commute to training is effortless. If you're looking to make the move to the Mach-E, visit Covert Ford in Austin, where you'll become part of the family. CovertFord.com.
There's nothing quite like Central Texas high school football. Beautiful day to play some football, boys. Under the lights. Join iHS fans Rick Epstein and Jeff Power each week as they shine the spotlight on area high school football teams, players, and coaches. Tuesday night, we'll be live at Bush's Chicken in Pflugerville, welcoming Panthers head coach.
Permanent makeup, microblading, and more.
Longtime McNeil parent Brian Kerman is a realtor who works for RE/MAX Capital City. Brian is involved in helping Round Rock families buy, sell, invest, and lease properties in the greater Austin area. He has been doing so for over 24 years. As a thank you to the community, he will be honored to donate $1,000 to your favorite booster club or other 501c3 if you use him and you close on a property. We hope you will contact Brian for all of your real estate needs at 512-921-4490 or at briankerman@remax.net. Visit Mays Street Boutique in Round Rock for all your shopping needs. Whether you're looking for a special gift or that perfect outfit that everyone will love, we have you covered. Come visit us in-store or shop us online at maysstreet.com. We appreciate your business and thank you for shopping local.
Hi, welcome back to Round Rock ISD Football presented by Covert Ford on iHSFAN Network. I'm Michael Alvarez. I'm now joined by my colleague, Joseph Duffy. Joseph, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I'm enjoying this great game. Of course, nothing better than Friday high school football under the Texas sun, of course, humid, but still enjoying it, of course, with all of you.
Yeah, man, it's been quite the eventful first half, actually. A lot of back and forth play, a couple turnovers towards the end of that half, which kind of set back the momentum on both sides a little bit there. But, I mean, what did you see out of Cedar Ridge on offense and defense in that first half?
Yeah, offense, of course, you said it earlier. Their O-line definitely could do a little better in the second half. Pippen was definitely running a lot, trying to evade tackles. But for Cedar Ridge, of course, Pippen being the leader of this offense for now, replacing Killingsworth in the beginning of the season, I think he has to still work on protecting the ball. Turnovers have been a massive issue for this team as an offense. And, of course, I think it was a mechanical issue on that second, actually the first turnover, where he threw off his back foot. The ball was a little bit short. So I think the mechanical issues where they can improve in the second half, and, of course, protecting the ball. And just going back to the bread and butter, of course, working in the flats still works for them for the most part. Harker Heights was kind of picking up it in the last second, but I think running the ball up the gut a little bit more can help them in the long run.
Yeah, I mean, like you were saying, I mean, they had two great long scoring drives before their back-to-back turnovers, which really kind of set them back a little bit and pushed the momentum more towards the Knights. But, I mean, like you were saying, I mean, they found a lot of success early on through those flats, those kind of outside runs, they kind of like the short plays. But then, like you were saying, I mean, the Knights started to pick on it towards a little bit. I want to see what kind of adjustments they might make in the second half. And then what did you see out of their defense that really stood out to you?
The same resilient Cedar Ridge Raider defense that we've seen all season. I mean, they easily could have given up after that first stop they got, or the first touchdown from Harker Heights from their tight end. But after those 3 straight drives, look what they did. They got a turnover after the Knights got a little bit overzealous. Of course, that 23-yard loss resulted in the turnover for their defense. So that defense stood their ground once again like they've done all season. They were down 0-14 last week and then stood their ground for the rest of the game, and they were able to secure the W. So this defense has been resilient all season. Malik Cousin, of course, leading the charge. So I'm looking forward to see what they do in the second half against a team that's been very efficient in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, what's it called? Blake has just been finding his man E.J. Johnson all night. I mean, he's found holes in the defense, and they've really done a lot of their offense by big plays, big chunk plays, and they've been a lot quicker. It was kind of a tale of two different stories. Cedar Ridge was kind of used a lot of their plays and worked the ball up the field slowly. Went for 4 for 4 on 4th downs, actually. And then, the Knights, they were really quick to get their scoring drives. What did you kind of see out of their offense and defense that stood out to you?
Yeah, for the Knights, what an efficient offense so far. Dylan Blake playing a great game. Of course, they had a little bit of a miscue right there with that turnover towards the end of the first half. But they've been efficient all game, and so I'm loving to see how quick they are compared, of course, to Cedar Ridge, who's running a little bit more slow. But Harker Heights' offense has been very efficient. I look forward to seeing how they can adjust, of course, in the second half after having a turnover to end the half. But their defense, very impressed so far by what they've been doing. Of course, getting 2 turnovers when they look like they're, again, getting chumped up in the beginning of the drive. But I'm loving what I'm seeing from Harker Heights so far. This should be a good second half for both teams.
Yeah, I mean, the defense, like you said earlier, obviously could have just laid down and just accepted defeat after giving up those 3 scoring drives all in a row. But, I mean, again, the Knights got a little overzealous on that trick play they did, and it shooed them back, and the Raiders took full advantage of it, getting the ball back. Unfortunately, could not get in the end zone towards the end of the half, but did stop the Knights from further extending the lead and keep their momentum going in. I mean, again, the Raiders get ball coming in second half. I just want to see what adjustments they may do, because it looks like the Knights started to pick up a little bit on their offensive scheme, see if they might switch it up a little bit, maybe throw the ball deeper down the field.
Absolutely. Any man's ball game, really. This is not anybody's blow-away lead right now. This should be anybody's ball game. If you're the coaches in the locker room right now, you're saying this is any man's ball game for sure. If we cannot let momentum deter us from what we're going and what our goal is for winning this game. These teams are both 1-1. They're trying to go into district play, of course, being above 500.
Yeah, I mean,
going like the way this game's been going is really what's looking like. It's a come down to who has the ball last, who's going to get that last couple minutes with the football at the end of the fourth quarter to maybe take the win in this close contested matchup. But I mean, I see a lot of positive plays out of both offenses. Again, towards the end of that half, though, they did have some turnovers, which kind of stumped their offense, and it kind of like slowed down their momentum. But I mean, again, I'm expected to see a lot of offense coming out of the second half, and maybe even a little more defense, because both teams' defenses have been a little on their back a little bit toward like the beginning of that quarter. I mean,
Right.
they both offenses game whenever they wanted. So I mean, I just want to see how the defense comes and responds.
Can't wait for this second half, Michael.
All right, and again, second half coming up, and we leave soon, but we'll come back for Cedar Ridge Band as they're set to come onto the field in a few minutes. And again, you're watching Round Rock ISD football presented by Covert Ford on the iHSFAN network. We'll be back after this.
Programs and booster clubs with stores in Cedar Park, Round Rock, Georgetown, both North and South Austin, and our newest store serving Pflugerville and Hutto. Bush's serves the Texas standard in real hand-battered fried chicken and crispy tenders, tasty rolls, and that famous Bush's sweet tea. Bush's Chicken, proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs. The Texas standard, Bush's Chicken. It's good, good, good.
I've always wanted an EV, but until I saw the sleek Ford Mach-E, I didn't know just how exhilarating it could be to drive one. The Mach-E is the perfect balance between power and utility. And with features like adaptive cruise control, in-dash entertainment screen, and lane monitoring, my daily commute to training is effortless. If you're looking to make the move to the Mach-E, visit Covert Ford in Austin, where you'll become part of the family. CovertFord.com.
There's nothing quite like Central Texas high school football.
Beautiful day to play some football, boys.
Under the lights. Join IHS fans Rick Epstein and Jeff Power each week as they shine the spotlight on area high school football teams, players, and coaches.
Tuesday night, we'll be live at Bush's Chicken in Pflugerville, welcoming Panthers head coach Charles Taylor, plus Andrew Petter from the Georgetown Eagles and wide receiver Adrian Wilson of the Weiss Wolves. Tuesday nights, Under the Lights.
Tuesday nights at 8. Only on Talk 1370.
If you're looking for a special medical spa to bring out the beauty that's in you, come visit us at Ginger Allure Med Spa. At Ginger Allure, we treat our staff and patients like family. We're here to embrace, enhance, and showcase your natural beauty with a full range of services such as injectables, laser treatments, permanent makeup, microblading, and more. We provide free consultations for all of our services to answer any of your questions. Visit us online at gingerallure.com or give us a call at 512-709-0161. Ginger Allure Med Spa, the classic approach to a new you.
Longtime McNeil parent Brian Kerman is a realtor who works for RE/MAX Capital City. Brian is involved in helping Round Rock families buy, sell, invest, and lease properties in the greater Austin area. He has been doing so for over 24 years. As a thank you to the community, he will be honored to donate $1,000 to your favorite booster club or other 501c3 if you use him any close.
Our Cedar Ridge Royalty Dance Team is directed by Stevie McCall and Amanda Lowen. Royalty would like to take this time to thank several of our sponsors. Gold sponsor, Wildflower Orthodontics. Silver sponsors, Greater Austin Dance Academy. Pure Bar of Round Rock, located on Gaddisville Road. and the Echeverria family, the Cheveria family, and our bronze sponsors, More Clean and Realtor Kevin Snuga with David Brodsky Properties. Once again, Royalty would like to invite all kinder through 6th graders for a night on the field under the Friday Night Lights. Join us on October 27th for pregame routines and a halftime show performance. Dancers will get to experience the full royal treatment. Registration is now open at cedarridgeroyalty.com. Tonight, the band will be performing a portion of their 2023 competition program, Medusa's Secret World, featuring Theme of Paganini by Sergei Rachmaninoff and Jacob Collier's version of All Night Long by Lionel Richie. And now, under the field direction of Reese, Abobo, Mason Miller, and Aiden Hardy, our mighty Cedar Ridge Raider Band! Cedar Ridge High School Raider Band in color guard is a perennial Bands of America Championship finalist. Most recently, the band placed third at the 6A UIL State Marching Contest. In spring of 2023, the Raider color guard received fourth place overall in TCGC State Finals. The Cedar Ridge Saxophone Choir performed at the prestigious Midwest International Band and Orchestra Clinic in 2021. Our guard member of the week is Addie Amanza. Percussion member of the week is Nori Lopez. Wind member of the week is James Dean. Section of the week is Front Ensemble. Principal of Cedar Ridge High School is Mr. Jonathan Smith. The associate principal is Kristen Harper Hill. Associate principals are Gary Frierson, Faizana Ali, Maddie McKnight, Joanne Garza, and James Hall. The Raider Band would like to thank everyone who contributed to our most successful Boost Blitz ever. Special shout out to our top earners, Davis, Hoger, and Ryan Hodges. Let's give it up one more time for our Cedar Ridge Royalty Dance team and the Raider Band.
I've always wanted an EV, but until I saw the sleek Ford Mach-E, I didn't know just how exhilarating it could be to drive one. The Mach-E is the perfect balance between power and utility. And with features like adaptive cruise control, in-dash entertainment screen, and lane monitoring, my daily commute to training is effortless. If you're looking to make the move to the Mach-E, visit Covert Ford in Austin, where you'll become part of the family. covertford.com.
RJAC Pressure Washing, Epoxy and Stain, veteran owned and operated, serving Central Texas for the last 10 years. Residential and commercial services available, here for all your decorative flooring needs. Call us at 512-593-8567. That's 512-593-8567.
The Lodge Poker Club is a members-only card club offering a wide range of daily and tournament gameplay. In Round Rock, just off exit 251 on I-30.
Welcome back to Round Rock ISD football presented by Covert Ford on the iHSFAN network. As we are about 3.5 minutes away from the second half, as Cedar Ridge will get the ball. Again, talking, look like they're building some momentum as they kind of punted the ball away. Missed opportunity after that. Turnover on downs towards the end of that half. I mean, forced fumble turnover. What are you expecting to see out of this team coming out the gates?
Well, for Cedar Ridge, I'm looking for them just to at least come out swinging again. That first half didn't end the way they wanted to, of course having 2 turnovers late in the first half. But I think they're going to come out shooting in this first half. Harker Heights, they were, of course, very efficient in the first half, but that costly fumble for the loss of 23 yards in the first half cost them and what could have been a double of their lead right now. So I believe for both teams, this is going to be a shootout for sure. I'm excited for it. I think both offenses are going to be more hungry to finish drives now. Defenses have kind of been on their heels for the most part for both teams, so I'm looking forward to see what both teams can do.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree with you. I mean, I'm excited to see if the Raiders come out and start slinging it down the field a little bit more, see if they can try and make some big chunk plays as their kind of short passes and outside handoffs were kind of getting clustered up towards the end of that half on their last drive. And then I also want to see if the Harker Heights offense can get back in the momentum, trying to stop being as cute with their play callings maybe and just get back to what's been working and just find their chunk plays, find T.J. Johnson, find Bryce Bassey, just keep with the pressure.
Number one priority for Cedar Ridge should definitely be protecting the ball. Of course, there's been a few turnovers these past 2 weeks and, of course, 2 tonight, but protecting the ball is essential. The O-line has got to improve, I believe, in the second half, protect Jack Pippen. And for Jack Pippen himself, protecting the ball is so essential that he also needs to make sure that if he is protected, being mechanically sound, of course, and getting the ball off efficiently. And I think that he cost himself maybe a little bit throwing up his back foot in one of his interceptions. So I believe they can be more mechanically sound as a team, and I think it can be a good finish for both squads, absolutely.
I mean, I think where Cedar Ridge can find the most success and maybe pull out this win is start with the defense. I mean, the defense has been really good at forcing turnovers their first 2 games, 7 on the season, 5 last game especially. So I mean, if they can maybe try and get the offense the ball back some more, keep the ball out of their hands, out of the Knights' hands, will be a big way for them to push this lead or regain this lead. Looks like both teams are about to run out of the tunnels here as we get close to this start of this second half.
Nothing like the Friday night lights in Texas, Michael.
Yeah, once that sun goes down, everyone gets a lot more comfortable out here on the field. It is a beautiful night, as always, clear skies. You know, we're still in that summertime up here in Texas, so I mean, we're still in that hot temperature, still in those humid temperatures, and still in those clear skies. Again, as stated, Cedar Ridge will get the ball to start this second half. And, I mean, look, they had opportunity for that 2-1 towards the end of that first half. Hopefully they can find a way to convert here. And let's see what defense kind of puts their foot down first and kind of stops these offenses from scoring.
Mighty opportunity here for Cedar Ridge to get started on the right foot. Returning this ball here.
Looks like we're about to get this kickoff underway. See Pippen warming up his arm on the sideline. Hopefully put those last 2 interceptions behind him and find some points in this first drive as they look to back up this ball game.
If you're Jack Pippen, short memory is the key. The first half is behind you. You can't do anything about it. Your team is down, just 1 score. It's any man's ball game still.
Looks like we got Andrew Johnson back to receive along with Baron Robinson. Looks like it's getting set to kick off and start the second half. Baron Robinson looks just going to let it fall out. Actually, he's going to have to pick it up now as it did not fall into the end zone. And it's going to push them back at their own 5-yard line. Not how they wanted to start there. He was hoping the ball was going to fall into his end zone, but it kind of stopped right at its place, and he had no choice but to go pick it up.
Just an unlucky turn of events right there for the Raiders. Robinson, as you said, he thought that ball was going to go in their end zone for the touchback. Just ended in right there inside the 5, right there. Good kick by Fletcher.
It just looks like, well, now they got, instead of maybe about 75 yards ago, they got 95. So, again, this offense has been very slow, very methodical, moving the ball down the field. They're going to need a long drive here to set this up.
But imagine what this could do right here for morale if you can at least get past this 50-yard line for this offense. Crucial drive here for Cedar Ridge.
Got Pippen and shotgun. Quick out to Gentry. Trying to find some room on the sideline for about a 2-yard gain. I think a 2nd and 8 is coming up here. Again, it looks like they went back to their little quick outs there. 2 backfield. Hand off to Johnson. He pushes forward. He pushes forward to try and push forward up the field for about another 4 yards or so. Looks like we're coming up on a 3rd and 4. 3rd and 3, my apologies, a 5-yard gain there. Again, looks like they found a way to push that ball up the middle, gave Johnson found some room on that up the gut there. Handoff, ooh, that is stuffed in the backfield. Looked like they tried to go back to the handoff there. To number 21, Malik Hamilton. but they were fine to stop there. And a quick 3 and out for the Raiders, not how they wanted to start the second half. But
yeah, I know your back is against the wall right there if you're Cedar Ridge, but I was expecting a little bit more aggression right there, especially in the third down call right there, just to move the chains. Was not expecting the handoff right there. But if you're Harker Heights, that is exactly how you want to start the second half. Sets the tone, where you start by their D line, and they get the ball right back here.
Will Hamilton in the back of his zone plops it for a rolls, gets a nice friendly bounce to about his own 44-yard line, and that's where the Knights will start their first offensive possession of the second half. Again, not what you wanted to see, not what the offense wanted to see there. Not just some kind of just got stuffed up and kind of just got their offense just wasn't in sync there. Just found no jump there. I mean, they were stuck. Quick 3 and out. It's not how they want to start the second half.
Yeah, not where you want to start, but look right here for Harker Heights. Blake right here coming back, had a great first half. Looking to capitalize, of course, starting right here in Cedar Ridge's territory. Let's see how they cash in right here.
Blake back in the shotgun, drops back, lops one down the field. Number 2, wide open to number 2, Bryce Bass for a 30-yard pickup, I believe. 26-yard reception there. Big play again. What they were doing a lot in the first half is what they're going back to their bread and butter so far.
Going
Quick
tempo
hurry up
right here,
here.
Michael.
Not going anywhere, though, as they are stuffed in the backfield. Number 0, Christian Bazaldua. My apologies. There meets him in the backfield. Meets Zyron Evans in the backfield there.
Loving that aggression once again by the Knights. Trying to get away with this game.
So they put Rocky Crooks in motion, stops him there again. A quick handoff, gets stuffed by the line. Oh, he breaks. Oh, he actually spins off that first tackle, breaks a few more tackles, and then finally gets taken down by number 9, E.J. Arriaga. But there is a flag on the play. Let's see what this holdup is here. Offsides, the defense, which will push them. Unsportsmanlike conduct. My bad. My apologies. And now 15 more yards on that play, which will put them inside the 10-yard line, right at about the 9.
Costly penalty right there by the Raiders.
Just lack of discipline there, maybe just a little bit there, which kind of put them even further. After they got a nice little stop there, just pushed them, the Knights up.
Michael, I can't help but notice how well coached these running backs are for Harker Heights. Just keep their feet churning, even when getting tackled.
A quick throw to number 2. Play quick throw, slant to number 2 for another touchdown. Bryce Bass. Great play there. Found a little hole in the offense. Found a hole in the defense. Quick throw, and looks like the Knights come out exactly how they want to start this second half with another score.
Yeah, the senior-to-senior connection, showing again their veteran leadership for the senior-heavy Harker Heights offense. Gonna double that lead real quick. Here comes Jaden Fletcher.
Maybe tack on this extra point. Fake here. He maybe a bad snap, and he kind of just has to get rid of it. Bad snap there, as Rocky Crooks kind of just had to try and make something out of that play. So no extra point there. Their lead will go up to 13, as we'll take a quick break with 9:38 left in the third quarter, with the Knights leading 27-14.
Order of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs, with stores in Cedar Park, Round Rock, Georgetown, both North and South Austin, and our newest store serving Pflugerville and Hutto. Bush's serves the Texas standard in real hand-battered fried chicken and crispy tenders, tasty rolls, and that famous Bush's sweet tea. Bush's Chicken, proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs. The Texas standard. Bush's Chicken. It's good, good, good.
Okay. And we are back. 9:38 left in the third quarter. 27-14 lead for the Knights. They plan to kick off, and hopefully the Raiders are looking for a better start on their second drive after that quick 3 and out.
Yeah, the Harker Heights offense efficient once again. Senior leadership cashing in off what was a quick defensive start for Harkin Heights. Let's see what Cedar Ridge can do. Back against the wall once more. They've been resilient all season. This is where the teams are made right here.
This time the ball does go into the end zone for a touchback, so they will start at their own 25 instead of their 5. More breathing room for the team, and hopefully they can pick up some momentum on this offensive possession.
Like you said, Michael, more breathing room for sure. Clean slate for this Raiders offense.
Down 13. Need to put some pressure on this defense, try and give the chance, maybe put some points to the board this drive. 1st and 10 from the 25. Pippen in the back. Pippen, shotgun. Hand off to Johnson as he is swallowed up for a no gain there. I think gets back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up their own 25-yard line.
This nice defense starting to find their footing. D-line dominating once again the trenches. No room right there for Johnson to even escape.
Yeah, I mean, running into that big defensive front all game. 2nd and 10. Take handoff there, kind of allow it to Gentry. Makes a move and picks up maybe 2 yards there. Looks like we have about a 3rd and 8 coming up from their own 27-yard line.
Once again, ball protection for Jack Pippen essential in this half, especially on this crucial 3rd down. They need to get something going right here, Michael.
And I got trips in the near sideline. Johnson in the backfield. Gentry drops back, throws it over the front, and I think that's completed. Number 83, Jake McGill, just second. McGill for a 13-yard gain to the 40-yard line. Picks up a big 1st down there, and the Raiders keep this drive alive.
So I can ask for just move the chains if you're the Raiders offense. Positivity is how they can even have a chance in this
Johnson.
game.
Johnson, I think, maybe gets 2 yards, kind of falls forward. I think a 2-yard gain to their 42-yard line, bring up a 2nd and 8.
Yeah, you can see the game plan right here for the Raiders offense. It's just to tire out that Knights defensive line.
I was happy to see that the Raiders took a shot down the field a little bit, pick up that 1st down. 2nd and 8 coming up from the 42. Fake handoff, throw to the outside. So I don't think anybody was in that area. I mean, he had Gentry, but I don't think
miscommunication.
Yeah, maybe miscommunication there. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 8 from their own 42-yard line.
3rd and 4th down been the story of the game thus far for both teams. Of course, the Cedar Ridge offense responded well from 4th downs in the 1st half. But here, another crucial 3rd down early in the 2nd half.
I got 2 backfield. Johnson and Ray up. Gentry throws over the top and looks, almost intercepted. But he threw it behind his target, Jordan Ramsey. And it looks like the Raiders will have to punt. He's very grateful that was not intercepted, that it was in the hands of the Knights defense. And again, Will Hamilton will come on to punt. And that's back-to-back punts for the Raiders in this 3rd quarter.
Like you said, Michael, Pippen was very fortunate right there after that little pump. Luckily, they'll be able to just punt this off and have the Knights offense start in much more fair territory for their defense.
I punt, fair caught at the Raiders' 38-yard line, and that's where the Knights will start their 2nd drive of the 2nd half. 20-yard punt for Will Hamilton.
Yeah, Michael, last 5 drives for the Cedar Ridge offense, of course, been a punt, a 3-and-out, punt, and then punt, interception, and then interception. So not been going their way these last 5 drives. Must look forward and keep that behind you from now on in this
Blake
game.
in the backfield, throws over the, it's behind his favorite target tonight, TJ Johnson, and that will bring up a 2nd and 10 from their own 29-yard line.
For this Raiders defense, it's time to stand down. Keep your team in this ball game. You cannot have your team go down 3 scores right here. Defense has been
Blake in the shotgun.
relied on.
Drops back to pass. Looks over, throws it over. Looks like there might. Yeah, flag comes out. There was a pull on the jersey there on number 2 of Bryce Bass by, it looks like, number 9, EJ Arriaga. My apologies. Yes, he on that delivery there, he did kind of pull on his jersey. I think this is going to give them about another 15 yards. Up to the 44. Blake back hands it off to number 8, Caden Butler, as he finds some room on the outside for about a 7-8 yard gain there on first down.
Once again, well coached, I have to say. These running backs keep their feet churning even when they get little chipped by the defensive line and these linebackers that are meeting them on the edge. Keep their feet moving and just keep the gain going.
2nd and 2. Blake drops back to pass, finds some pressure in the middle, takes off up the middle, runs a defender over, lowers his shoulder. Quarterback lowering the shoulder to pick up some extra yards there and a first down on
been waiting to see the legs right there from Dylan Blake all day.
On about another
not disappointed.
6-yard gain there to pick up a first down. Blake lowers his shoulder on that play. Maybe not what you want to see out of your quarterback, but gotta love the fire and the intensity. Blake fake handoff to, oh no, that's 12 actually. That's Rocky Crux in the Wildcat as a fake handoff and takes it up the middle for about a 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7 from the Raiders' 44-yard line. Little under 6 minutes to go as the Knights have a 27-14 lead in the 3rd quarter. Looks like Crooks is still out at QB right now. He looks and he will just run it, find some room on the outside, but there's a flag on the play. If it stands, this is about a 5-yard gain, make it 3rd and 2, but there's a flag and it looks like there's a false start. Holding on the offense. That will push them back 10 yards to make this a 2nd and 17. All the way back, the Raiders' 46-yard line. Or at their own 46-yard line. Blake back in at quarterback. Drops back, fits a pressure, little screen pass over to number 81. They find no room. I don't think they picked up any yard. Maybe a yard. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. That was 81, Christian Nobles.
I believe that was actually the tackle right there by Logan Klabundi.
Yeah, the second. Yeah, it seems like
great awareness right there. Not getting, standing his ground, of course, staying put and not getting washed in the flats.
They lost
Crucial
a yard
tackle.
There. Yeah, on the Raiders' 45-yard line, 3rd and 18.
Big 3rd down here for the Cedar Ridge defense. Give the ball right back to your offense. It's been struggling a little bit in the second half.
Blake in the shotgun, lobs over to the sideline to 81. Christian Nobles again, and that's a big gain for, I think, a first down.
Looks to be a little bit.
I think exactly an 18-yard gain there to pick up the first down into the Raiders' 37-yard line.
Looked to be a little bit of a defensive bust right
there. That's a big first down pickup on a 3rd and 18 as they push into Cedar Ridge Raiders territory. Like again in the shotgun. Drops back to pass. Looks over the middle, finds his man Johnson. He breaks off a tackle, and he is into the end zone. Again, another touchdown for TJ Johnson. A 47-yard touchdown as they extend this lead to 19, 33-14, with 4:21 left to go in this third quarter. Looks like, again, they find their man TJ Johnson over the middle.
Looks like they're going to go for
They're
two
gonna
here,
go for
Michael.
two here, yeah. Over two to try and make this 21-point ball game. A lot of motion, sends out Johnson, sends in Butler to his side. Johnson comes back over towards, drops back to pass, looks like Butler was not looking at the ball just yet, as that was his target, incomplete. And this game will stay at 33-14 with 4:21 left to go in the third quarter. Knights up 19 points. We'll be right back after this.
I've always wanted an EV, but until I saw the sleek Ford Mach-E, I didn't know just how exhilarating it could be to drive one. The Mach-E is the perfect balance between power and utility. And with features like adaptive cruise control, in-dash entertainment screen, and lane monitoring, my daily commute to training is effortless. If you're looking to make the move to the Mach-E, visit Covert Ford in Austin, where you'll become part of the family. covertford.com.
There's nothing quite like Central Texas high school football.
Beautiful day to play some football, boys.
We're back. 4:21 left to go in this third quarter. The Knights open up a 19-point lead on back-to-back scoring drives as they're up 33-14 on the Raiders.
This Harker Heights offense putting on a show in the second half thus far. But how about this Harker Heights offensive line? Giving Dylan Blake all the time in the world back in the pocket. He doesn't even have to worry about anybody in his face thus far. Great offensive showing these past two drives.
Johnson looks to feel, oh no, there's some miscommunication there as it looks like Robinson gets it and he kind of breaks open a little bit to the 20-yard line. 21-yard had two flags on the play though. Most likely coming back, I see what the ref has to say there. As there was a little bit of miscommunication on who was fielding that catch in the end zone there.
Yeah, typically it's where the flag is thrown right there. It's going to be holding on the return team. So,
Blocking the back.
Blocking the back.
Just going to set them back from about where they would have sat the 21. Actually, no, from the spot of the foul. So at the half the distance of the goal, for the 14-yard line, half the distance of the goal. And this will put them in even worse field position to start this third drive of the third quarter. They have a lot of ways to go now.
19-point game still. Plenty of time left. No reason to think this game is over yet. Of course, for Cedar Ridge's offense.
Starting at their own 7-yard line. 1st and 10.
Needs to be a play-by-play mentality right here for this offense, Michael.
Yes, play-by-play. A handoff up the middle, and that will be stuffed for about a 2-yard gain there as Malik Hamilton. And yes, he will gain about 2 yards there for bring up a 2nd and 8 from their own 9-yard line. Pippen lines up in the shotgun, 2 for back formation. Hand off to Johnson. He'll run up the middle, and he will fight for some yards as he gets met the line of scrimmage too. I think he also just fought for 2 more yards. So we're running into a 3rd and 6 coming up from their own 12-yard line. Back-to-back runs and letting the clock kind of milk down here. To see if maybe they try and air this ball out a little bit, get some momentum on this drive.
Field awareness is key right here for the Cedar Ridge offense, knowing where that first down marker is to move the chains.
3rd and 5 from their own 12-yard line. Pippen sends 13 in motion. That is Riley. Pippen runs a lot of pressure, and he is taken down behind the line of scrimmage. That will most likely be another 3-and-out, or a 3-and-out for this Raider defense, or this Raider offense, as they got a lot of pressure on Pippen as he loses 3 yards back down to their own 8-yard line.
This Harker Height defensive line relentless all night. Of course, been after Pippen since the beginning of the game, finishing the drive off for their first sack of the ball game.
3 punts for the Raiders to start the second half, 2 of which are coming from their own end zone, as Will Hamilton will send another one off.
Wouldn't be surprised here if Harker Heights sends the house right here.
On their own 6-yard line, as he will punt that off. And there will be no one there to return it, as it will take a friendly bounce to about the 40-yard line, a 34-yard punt there. And again, the Knights will start in plus territory and look to build onto this lead. First and 10 from the Raiders' 40-yard line.
If you're Harker Heights, you don't want to be comfortable. I know you have a 3-score lead, but of course you're starting once more in Cedar Ridge's own territory. So, of course, scoring touchdowns like you've done the last 3 drives, absolutely the priority. Scoring should absolutely be the minimum, though.
Defense looks to make a stand here and kind of stop the momentum of these Knights, as they've kind of blown this game open. As they will start at the Raiders' 40-yard line, first and 10, with a 19-point lead, 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Blake takes a shotgun pass, little outside handoff towards the middle, kind of bumps into nobody. That is 26, Zarian Evans, for about no yard gain. Did not gain any yards there, as they will stuck at 2nd and 10, still at their own 40-yard line.
David Evangelista right there finishing off the play.
Looks like they got trips out left.
For the Cedar Ridge defense, time to show a little bit of heart right here. Down 3 scores, trying to keep your team in the game, of course, starting in your own territory.
Knights in no rush here to snap this ball, as Blake will hand it off again to Evans, and he will push forward for about a 6-yard gain up to the Raiders 30, down to the Raiders 34-yard line. We'll bring up a 3rd and 4 as we reach the final minute of this third quarter. Again, Knights in no rush here to snap this football, sitting with a comfortable 19-point lead. Screen pass. That was a very dangerous pass, as that was broken up on the play by, I think, number 23, Crank. Great read there, as he stopped that little screen route from the Knights, and it will be 4th and 4 from the Raiders' 34-yard line.
Looks like they're staying on the field here, Michael. I like this aggressive approach here. No reason to even take your offense off the field. They've been successful these first 3 drives of the ball game, of the second half, actually.
I agree with you.
Time to stand down right here for the Cedar Ridge defense.
Receivers to the near side stacked. Blake, and then blown dead by the officials. Looks like a timeout from the Knights right before that play was snapped. We will stay with y'all. We will stay with y'all with 45 seconds to go on a 4th and 4 coming up for the Knights on the Raiders' 34-yard line. Again, this quarter has been all Knights, as they have found a way to put the pressure on these Raiders and extend this lead.
Yeah, like you said, Cedar Ridge's defense has had their back against the wall, of course. They've had to start their defensive drives in their own territory. Not what you want to see, of course, if you're a defensive coordinator. But right here, they have a chance to at least give the ball back to their offense. I'm not sure if Harker is going to come out here and actually run that 4th down play, if they were just trying to make Cedar Ridge's D-line jump on that last 4th down, showing right there for the timeout.
They might just try and pin them back into, keep them in their own, deep into their own side of the field, and make them charge the field all the way down the field to try and score. And it looks like they will run a play here, though, as the offense does come back on. Blake will line out in the shotgun with Butler next to him. Sends Johnson in motion, a little flip. Oh, pressure gets up the middle, and Blake will go down. Great pressure there, a little after push off at the end of that play. That is number 18, Logan
Clumbundi.
Clumbundi, and that is a huge play for the Raiders. That will push them back for a loss of about. See, it is turnover on downs. My apologies. That is a turnover on downs. Cedar Ridge ball from their own 47-yard line. My apologies. And that might have just been the play they needed to maybe try and get some momentum in this half. And there's about 30 seconds left in this quarter. We'll hand off to go screen pass to Gentry. He will find some room, and he will get about 3-4 yards there, down to the Knights' 49-yard line. And that is going to bring up a second. A 2nd and 6. Pippen takes a snap. Again, another quick pass. That one, look for Gentry, but that might be a flag as he put his number 15. Anthony, he got a little handsy there. It looks like this will be a pass interference.
Looks to be he got there a little bit early, Michael.
A little early there. Pass interference. That was 4 seconds left in this third quarter. They will go up to the 46-yard line. Yeah, it looks. Guess it was. Yeah, okay. Automatic first down. Okay. Automatic first down up to the Knights 40, down to the Knights 46-yard line. And this looks like it will be the last play of this third quarter. It's Pippen, shotgun, still a handoff to Johnson as he will fight for about 2 yards. And that will bring up the end of this third quarter. The Raiders down 19 as the Knights lead 33-14 as we head into the fourth. So they have a lot of work to do if they want to fight their way back in this ball game. We'll be right back as you're watching Round Rock ISD football presented by Covert Ford on the iHSFAN network.
There's nothing quite like Central Texas high school football.
Beautiful day to play some football, boys.
Under the lights. Join IHS fans Rick Epstein and Jeff Power each week as they shine the spotlight on area high school football teams, players, and coaches.
Tuesday night, we'll be live at Bush's Chicken in Pflugerville, welcoming Panthers head coach Charles Taylor, plus Andrew Petter from the Georgetown Eagles and wide receiver Adrian Wilson of the Weiss Wolves. Tuesday nights, Under the Lights.
Tuesday nights at 8. Only on Talk 1370.
All right, Alan Cepeda, Michael Alvarez, Joseph Duffy with you. Start of the fourth quarter. Cedar Ridge driving, but the story tonight has been Dylan Plake, 5 passing touchdowns.
Yes, they open up that third quarter with 12 points, and they extend this lead to 19.
An officials timeout as we will go the other way, and Cedar Ridge having their most promising drive of the second half. They have a 2nd down and 8. In Knight territory. And here's Johnson's got a head of steam to the outside, to the 30, to the 20, brought down inside of the 10-yard line. What a run by Andrew Johnson. They have him down at the 5-yard line, a 39-yard run, exactly what they needed.
A big play right there. They got Johnson to the outside. He broke off a tackle and used his speed to get on the sideline. Just tripped up, just caught right forward in the end zone. But a huge play, like you said, to maybe put some confidence in this offense.
Let's see if those missed extra points or 2-point conversions eventually come back to haunt the Knights. As here come the Raiders. Pippen rolling out, nowhere to go, changes direction, and Terrell Washington slams him down at the 6-yard line. A loss of 1 on the play. 2nd down and goal from the 6.
Great coverage from the Knights there as Pippen just tried to make something out of nothing. Makes 2 nice little cutback moves, but ultimately doesn't get much on the gain, if any at all.
What a burst by Andrew Johnson. And this defense with that big 4th down stop, turning the ball over and giving the Cedar Ridge offense some life. Pippen rolling out, throws to the end zone. Flag on the play as he was looking for Gentry, and looks like they're going to catch Terrell Anthony with a DPI, setting up 1st and goal
And it looks like that fight between Anthony and Entry has gotten a little heated, as that's 2 PIs from Anthony, and that will put the Raiders in about right at the goal line. Maybe punch this ball in and get some points.
Should either be half the distance, so they'll call it half the distance to the goal line. It'll be 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. Harker Heights with a 33 to 14 point lead, but here come the Raiders trying to cut into that right now. Johnson offset to the left. Give it to Malik Hamilton, and he runs into a wall of defenders. Loses 2 yards, 2nd and goal from the 5.
Yeah, Harker Heights brings the pressure there as they sent maybe an all-dogs blitz up the middle and met the offensive line. And
so Hamilton trots off. Johnson the lone back. They bring in Aguirre to the near side. So Gentry, the X to the outside. Ramsey and Aguirre to the near side, along with McGill. So who's going to get the football? Who's going to make a play right now for this Raider offense? 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line. Pippen, pressure, rolls out of the pocket. Flag comes out in the secondary. Right now, Pippen is down at about the 10-yard line, which would be a 5-yard loss, but there is a flag in the secondary.
Might be a hold. Again, a lot of pressure from the Knights. Let's see what the ref has.
Face mask.
Face mask.
So half the distance.
So again, we get another quick 1st down.
So at the pretty much the 2.5-yard line, new set of downs. 1st and goal from the inside the 2. They're putting it.
Yes, and if the Raiders have any chance of getting back in this ball game, they're gonna need 6 here.
10-17 left to go in the ball game. Down 3 scores. Need to get one here, Michael.
Yes, I mean they're trailing by 3 scores. They need some points in this drive, and I think they definitely want 6.
Ball's at the 3 actually. Ramsey in motion. Give it to Malik Hamilton up the middle. No signal yet. He's down inside the 1. 2 yards from Malik Hamilton. 2nd and goal from inside the 1.
So they just stopped just short of the goal line. He smelt the end zone there, but was just short, which will bring up a 2nd down at the 1-yard line.
This would be a big win, Michael, for this offensive line. They can get the push and kind of control the line of scrimmage, because it's been Harker Heights. That D-line all night has set the tone. So this offensive line, if they can push through and get this score, this will be huge. Johnson.
Coming out of shock.
To the outside. Fake it to Ramsey. Pippen to keep it. And he's in the end zone for a touchdown. Jack Pippen with a 1-yard touchdown run. It is 33-20. Extra point upcoming.
Nice little fake sweep there to Pippen keep, as he will just run up the middle and kind of fall into the end zone. Big scoring drive there, as they needed that. They needed some momentum as they fall with about 9.5 minutes left to go in this 4th quarter. Push it down to 2 scores.
Sam Robinson wants a timeout. They got to burn an early timeout. Not sure if they had enough players on the field. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. There's 11 there. There was 18 seconds left to go on the play clock. So
Interesting timeout call here. I couldn't see.
Well, they're going to bring out Pippen and go for 2 now. Try to make it an 11-score game. Figure you'd get 8 and then a field goal. You're potentially down 2 scores. So big spot right here on this 2-point conversion to make it an 11-point game rather than a 12. So rather than needing 2 touchdowns, you just need a touchdown. Well, you need another touchdown on the 2-point
obviously
conversion.
another touchdown, but wouldn't need 2. You would need a field goal to tie the game up if needed, if it comes down to that.
And most coaches have that chart, even at the NFL level, that tells you what to score, what the time, when to go for 2. And this is probably one of those scenarios where, hey, you're down 13, let's go for 2, make it an 11-point game.
Yeah, make it.
I think Pippen was on the bench with his helmet off.
Yeah.
That's why they had to call a timeout to get him going. So he's going to come back on the field. Harker Heights has had a chance to kind of reset their defense and come up with another stand. The ball is going to be put down at the 3-yard line. An untimed down here as this 2-point conversion is getting ready to get underway. Here we go, Pippen. Fade ball in the back of the end zone. Too much mustard on as he was looking for Gentry. That ball sails him out of bounds.
And it looks like go back to last week's bread and butter of the fade ball, but it looks like he put a little too much at that back, right over that back pylon, just out of Gentry's reach, and they will only pick up 6 on this drive.
So 33-20, 9:28 left to go in the ball game. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back after this.
Bush's Chicken is a proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs, with stores in Cedar Park, Round Rock, Georgetown, both North and South Austin, and our newest store serving Pflugerville and Hutto. Bush's serves the Texas standard in real hand-battered fried chicken and crispy tenders, tasty rolls, and that famous Bush's sweet tea. Bush's Chicken, proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs. The Texas standard, Bush's Chicken. It's good, good, good.
Cedar Ridge Raider offense takes advantage of a 4th down stop by the defense. They drive it down the field, capping it off with a 1-yard touchdown by Jack Pippin. Again, the catalyst on that offensive drive was a huge run by Andrew Johnson of 39 yards. He's got 75 so far tonight. 9:28 left to go in the ball game. Cedar Ridge down 13. High kick. Newman touches it and goes out of bounds for a touchback.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like if I was Harker Heights right now, I would probably just work this clock down as you have a 2-possession lead here in the 4th. And if I am the Raiders, I would probably want to put some pressure on them and try and stuff them at the line if they try to run this clock out.
So we've talked earlier in the broadcast about this defense forcing 7 turnovers coming into tonight's game. They forced a fumble as well. So they have 8 turnovers, and they need one more at least to give them a chance and kind of cut this field in half and give them a short field.
Going to need a lot of things to go their way here.
So 1st and 10 for Harker Heights from their own 25-yard line. Blake on the ground, and Newman. He's got a hole up to the 30-yard line, 5-yard pickup.
Yeah, it looks like they are definitely in no rush here to hike this ball, as they will try and most likely win this clock down. Especially if they pick up 5 right there, they do it again. It's a 1st down. I mean, Cedar Ridge is going to have to probably tighten up that D line and try and force these negative plays.
Yeah, we haven't heard much from them tonight, as Harker Heights has kind of controlled the line of scrimmage on both sides of the football. But in that last drive, we saw that big sack by Logan Klabundi. So they can get some pressure here. 2nd down and 5 from their own 30. Back on the ground to Newman. Wrapped up, bounces off a tackle. Wyatt McKenzie and company push him back, but he gets forward progress at the 32-yard line, setting up a big 3rd down and 3, Michael.
Yes, if Cedar Ridge wants a chance in this ballgame, they are going to need a stop here. This is where they're going to have to buckle down and force a stop and try and get their offense this ball back.
3rd down and 3. Ball is at the Harker Heights 32-yard line. They need to clear the 35 for a 1st down. 8:14 and counting left to go in the ball game. Harker Heights 33, Cedar Ridge 20.
Wouldn't be surprised if the Knights try and air this ball out towards somewhere in the air. It looks like they will.
Blake back to pass. He's got some pressure. He's going to get a holding flag as he's going to run for the 1st down, but they are going to get a hold on that offensive tackle as he was holding Malik Cousins. So it's going to set up a 3rd down and long. So big opportunity now for this Cedar Ridge defense to get off the field.
Yeah, it looks like Blake did roll out and would have gotten that 1st down, but there is a hold in the backfield, which will push them back 10 yards with a 3rd 13. So now a little bit more breathing room for this defense.
Landon Rangel, the right tackle on the hold on Malik Cousin. So not so fast yet. 7:55 as the clock stops with a penalty. Big 3rd down and 13. They can make a stop. Probably force Coach Humble and Harker Heights to punt it. This ball's going to be put down at the 22-yard line.
Big negative play there. Drive killer there.
And these teams both 1-1 on the season, trying to get their 2nd win before they go into district play. Vista Ridge on the schedule for Cedar Ridge next week at Gupton Stadium, as Harker Heights will travel to Odessa Permian in their district opener in 12-6A next week. But got about 7.5 minutes left to go in the ball game before we think about that. Jonah Kalis trying to get this crowd going.
They're going to need all the help they can get some noise going so they can get this stop and get their offense the ball back.
A commotion going on. Butler and Newman in the backfield. Butler now moves to the slot on the far side.
Seems to be a little confusion
on
both sides.
They're just trying to run the play clock down. 5 seconds, unless Humble's going to call a timeout, and he is. So Coach Mark Humble, calls a timeout as he drains a little bit more clock. 7:29 left to go. Let's take a timeout with him. We'll be right back after this.
I've always wanted an EV, but until I saw the sleek Ford Mach-E, I didn't know just how exhilarating it could be to drive one. The Mach-E is the perfect balance between power and utility. And with features like adaptive cruise control, in-dash entertainment screen, and lane monitoring, my daily commute to training is effortless. If you're looking to make the move to the Mach-E, visit Covert Ford in Austin, where you'll become part of the family. covertford.com.
There's nothing quite like Central Texas high school football.
Beautiful day to play some football, boys.
Under the lights. Join IHS fans Rick Epstein and Jeff Power each week as they shine the spotlight on area high school football teams.
All right, 3rd down and 13. For Harker Heights. Blake in the middle of the field, incomplete as he was looking for Caden Butler on a seam route. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 14. So a 3-and-out brewing right now for the Cedar Ridge defense.
Looks like the Raiders got some pressure there and forced Blake into a bad throw as he had a wide open man. But definitely the stop this defense needed.
Back-to-back stops for this defense caused a 4th down turnover last drive, and now a 3-and-out here. Not able to take off much clock as Andrew Johnson has a chance to give them some great field position. He's standing at his own 42-yard line. Cedar Ridge down 2 scores, down 13. As Fletcher stands at his own 10 with a big leg.
Looks like
ball is blocked. Cedar Ridge going to have great field position as Evans falls on it at the 20-yard line. What a turn of events for the Raiders.
A much needed. The special teams coming up big there as they give their offense perfect field position to get this, make this a 1-possession ball game. That was a huge block.
Short field.
And looks like we got some life in this crowd now and on the sideline, as it seems like it was a little dead not too long ago. And this couple stops and touchdowns and blocks, and here they are back in this ball game.
Jaden Fike, the safety. The cornerback with the blocked punt. And here comes Cedar Ridge now with a short field, 1st and 10 from the Harker Heights 20-yard line. 7:16 left to go in the ball game. They'll feed Johnson as he gets down to the 17. They call the 17-yard line. 2nd down and 7.
And they will feed their workhorse, Andrew Johnson, as he has 2 touchdowns on the day with that big run to set up their last touchdown. He has had him quite the day.
78 yards on the ground. A couple of touchdowns for Andrew Johnson, the senior running back. 2nd and 7. Pippin, pump fakes, throws to the end zone, tipped. Looking for Ramsey. That was Elijah McGill on the tipped pass. 3rd down and 7.
Great read there, as he had some separation from the cornerback, but the safety plops in there to break up that pass and stop that touchdown.
And again, being the time left in the ball game, Michael, this is a situation where it's probably 4-down territory, but you need the 2 touchdowns. If they would have got that 2-point conversion, then maybe kick a field goal. If you don't get it here on 3rd and 7, they need to clear the 11 for a 1st down. Ramsey on. So it was Ramsey on the end around, but Pippin kept it. Ran down to the 16. Right now it's a 16-yard, it's a 1-yard pickup, but there's a flag on the play.
Let's see what the ref.
They're pointing towards Harker Heights. And the Cedar Ridge bench loves that too. A face mask from the 16, so that should take it down to the 8.
Noted that is 4 15-yard penalties for the Harker Heights Knights in this fourth quarter, as it is just pushing the Raiders even closer to the end zone again, hurting themselves here towards the end of this ball game.
And not taking off much clock as well. 6:32 left to go in the ball game. Cedar Ridge driving, trying to cut this lead in half. First and goal from the 8. Pippen hands off to Malik Hamilton, turns the edge inside the 1-yard line. And Hamilton picks up 7. Second and goal from the 1, Michael.
Again, not another stretch run there, and they are sniffing the end zone once again.
17 carries tonight from Malik Hamilton. He's been the workhorse. Clock running, under 6 minutes left to go in the ball game. Second and goal from the 1-yard line. Pippen takes a shotgun snap, gives it to Hamilton, turns the edge, gets the signal. He's in for a touchdown with 5:53 left to go in the ball game. It's 33-26.
Don't go anywhere just yet, folks, as we have ourselves a ball game, a one-score game here, as the Raiders look to cut this lead down to 6.
We've seen some conservative play calling from that Harker Heights offense. This has led to 2 stops for the defense. Robinson holds. Hamilton is good. Now the Raiders are down 6, so we're going to be watching those extra points. 2-point conversion, missed opportunities, because now they're down only 6, so 7 wins it, but they're going to need some more stops. 5:53 left to go in the ball game. Alan Spada, Michael Alvarez, Joseph Duffy with you on the iHSFAN Webcast Network. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
If you're looking for a special medical spa to bring out the beauty that's in you, come visit us at Ginger Allure Med Spa. At Ginger Allure, we treat our staff and patients like family. We're here to embrace, enhance, and showcase your natural beauty with a full range of services such as injectables, laser treatments, permanent makeup, microblading, and more. We provide free consultations for all of our services to answer any of your questions. Visit us online at gingerallure.com or give us a call at 512-709-0161. Ginger Allure Med Spa, the classic approach to a new you.
Not so fast, Michael Alvarez.
We have ourselves a ball game.
A couple of minutes ago, they were down 19. Now the Cedar Ridge Raiders, I'm going to get that right for the end of the season. They are down 6 points with 5:53, and all the momentum is on the side of the purple and black here. Dragon Stadium in Round Rock, Texas.
A couple of big stops and big plays that put themselves right back in this ball game at a chance to.
Hamilton with a big, deep kick. It's going to be a touchback. Here we go for this defense. Can they make one more stop?
After an uncharacteristic showing in the third quarter, this defense is looking like what we've seen all year, as they've gotten crucial stops and made big plays happen and give their offense a chance to get themselves back in this ball game. Can they get themselves one more?
Well, they've been able to knife through this defense with the quick passes and the outlet passes. Let's see if Harker Heights goes back to what worked for them. Dylan Blake, 5 passing touchdowns tonight. He's got 1st and 10 from his own 25. Quick out to T.J. Johnson. Runs into his man, Fike and company. Hit him hard as he only picks up a yard on the play. 2nd down and 9. Davon Crank, and Jordan Fike on the stop.
Yeah, I mean, this crowd has come alive. As I say, my desk was shaking about a few seconds ago during that play, as it looks like this crowd is getting back into this ball game to help their Raiders try and get another stop here and get their offense the ball back.
5:27 and counting left to go in the ball game. 2nd down and 9 for Harker Heights. Play, throw, picked off, intercepted Logan Clabundi. And a flag comes out.
Let's see what this is on. If not, that is a huge turnover for the Raiders.
No signal on possession yet. And they're going to call flag. They're going to call pass interference on Cedar Ridge. Wow.
Unfortunate there. I mean, they just had the turnover. Another defense just almost forced another turnover right there to give their offense great field position again. But unfortunately, pass interference has other words for that, and they will keep this drive alive with a first down for the Knights.
Oh, goodness, that would have been an incredible turn of events.
This place was ready to explode.
Nonetheless, 1st and 10 for Harker Heights. They move the ball up to the 30-yard line. Butler on the ground. He's got a hole. Azaldua brings him down after a first down at the 41-yard line. So a strong 11-yard run for Caden Butler.
Butler got that ball, and just, I guess he saw red and just kept running. No one stopping him until he got met after a very nice gain there for another first down.
4:55 and counting left to go in the ball game. Harker Heights trying to seal it with another score. 1st and 10 from their own 41-yard line. They've gone back to that offense that's been successful. Quick hitters and quick slices up the middle.
Yes, expect to see more of that in this drive as they want to put more pressure on this defense and this offense.
Back on the ground. Avoids a tackle. Jackson Yanusi almost had a chance for about a 3-yard lost tackle, but Kate Butler shifted to the left and was able to dive forward for a couple as he is up to the 43-yard line.
Knights are starting to find some success on the ground here as they look to keep burning this clock with a slim 6-point lead with about 4 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter.
2nd down and 8. Cedar Ridge has a Logan Klabundi interception taken off the board for a pass interference call, but trying to force another turnover or a stop. 2nd and 8. On the ground to Butler. Runs into a wall of Raiders. Maybe picks up a yard to the 43-yard line. 3rd down and 7, Michael.
Here comes a very big 3rd down for this defense. They are looking to get off this field and give their offense the ball back with amicable time to try and score here.
Looks like Cedar Ridge is going to call a timeout. They'll burn their 2nd timeout. They have 1 left as they know this could be the turning point in the ball game. A big stop here at the 40-yard line. You'd think that they'd want Fletcher to maybe pin them back, but this is kind of in that no man's land where, hey, if you get 3, then you can get 4 and get the first down. Almost ice the game because Cedar Ridge down to the 1 timeout. 3:38 left to go in the ball game.
I expect the Knights to come out here and do what's been working all game. That's big chunk plays through the air, as I think they will try and find some success there. And if I'm the Raiders, I am probably looking out for that, and I want a stop badly. They give their offense the ball back with chance to go down and tie this game.
What a game for the Raiders. 4 rushing touchdowns so far tonight. 5 passing touchdowns for the Knights. So a lot of contrast between these two offenses. Here we go. 3rd down and 8. Crooks gets to the outside. Blake under pressure. Hit as he throws, and the ball is deflected by Christian Bazaldua. That'll bring up 4th down. Great pressure by Jackson Yanusi of the Raiders.
They sent some pressure right up the middle, got to him, forced a bad throw behind him, and a crucial 3rd down stop for these Raiders. They get their 3rd offense the ball back with about 3.5 minutes left to go in this game and a chance to go tie this game and win with the PAT.
Here's Fletcher to punt. He's going to be standing at his own 30-yard line. Andrew Johnson and Barron Robinson trot out to the 25.
Well, here we go, folks. You can hear the shake from the bleachers of this home crowd.
Student section wants it. Fletcher, a booming kick. Andrew Johnson calls for a fair catch, and he drops it, but I think he's got it. Right off of the chest of Andrew Johnson. And they will start at their own 22-yard line. 3:26 left to go in the ball game, Michael Alvarez. They need to go 78 yards for a touchdown and the extra point. Don't forget about that.
Almost disastrous there as Johnson drops, muffs that punt a little, but luckily falls back onto it before any of the Knights can get there to grab it.
It's a game of inches because if it hits him a little bit higher in his chest, it maybe goes forward 4 or 5 yards. So Hey, maybe there's something called fate, Michael Alvarez, and the Raiders can have a second come from behind victory for the second week in a row. 1st and 10 from their own 22. Ramsey in motion. Pippen looking for it all down the field. Junior Gentry bobbles. Incomplete.
Wait,
no,
did he
he gets
catch
the
it?
ball back. Junior Gentry gets the ball back. It was in the lap of Jacoby Evans, and he took it right back from him. Junior Gentry down to the Harker Heights 38-yard line.
If you're not watching,
40-yard pickup.
If you're not watching this game, I don't know exactly how to explain how that catch just happened. It was in his hands, out of his hands, then back into his hands. Wow, I mean, almost a drop to an interception to a completion for these Raiders, and now they have a lot of momentum.
1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Pippen throws to the sideline a little too hot for Carruthers. 2nd down and 10.
Wow.
I mean, when you go back to it, Michael, Jacoby Evans looked like he had the ball for an interception, and then Gentry just took it right back from him.
It was just a fight. It looks like Gentry kind of lost the ball for a second, found it in the other team's hands, and then just took it right back. What a play, and I've been trying to say this. They need to air the ball out, and they finally do, and it gives them a huge gain and a lot of momentum to go try and win this ball game.
High snap. Delayed handoff, jet sweep to Hamilton, turns the corner. Inside the 35, they'll mark him out at the 34-yard line. So a pickup of 4, setting up a 3rd down and 6.
Good run there. Way to get out of bounds as well to stop this clock. So your offense can rest a little and find this 3rd down play to move these sticks.
2:47 left to go in the ball game. Cedar Ridge down 6. They're driving here. Big 3rd down and 6 coming up for this offense. On the ground, Malik Hamilton turns the corner. Inside the 25, inside the 20. He's got a 1st down, and they mark him down at the 17-yard line. A 17-yard pickup on the 19th carry of the night from Malik Hamilton.
Same play to the other side, but it looks like the Knights did not know what was going on. A huge gain there. Way to move the sticks. Way to keep this momentum going. And the looks of it, this team is looking for put this ball in the end zone.
Here we go. 1st and 10 from the Knights' 17-yard line. Cedar Ridge driving. Pippen keeps it himself inside the 15. Hit hard down to the 14. A 3-yard pickup. 2nd down and 7. 2:29 and counting left to go.
If you turn this game off at the end of that 3rd quarter, you are missing a doozy. As it looks like we have an injured player on the field for the Knights.
So let's recap Michael Alvarez. It was a 37-yard touchdown to T.J. Johnson, which put Harker Heights up 19. And then a 4th down turnover. When they go for it on 4th down, turns into a 1-yard touchdown by Pippen. And then they get the big block punt, short field from the 20-yard line. Hamilton punches it in for a touchdown. And then they get a holding call, and then a missed opportunity on 3rd down, pushes them back, got to punt it, and then a 40-yard magician juggling takeaway catch by Junior Gentry for 40 yards. It's got the ball deep into Harker Heights territory, a big jet sweep from Malik Hamilton, and here we are, 2nd down and 7 from the 14-yard line with 2:23, and Cedar Ridge is looking for the lead score here tonight if they can hit the extra point if they score a touchdown.
I don't know if they put Michael's secret stuff in their water to start this 4th quarter, but they have turned this game around and made it a dogfight here.
Gentry in motion to the near side. Pippen looking for him. Throwing in the end zone for Gentry. Ooh. Through his hands. Incomplete. 3rd down and 7.
Just through Gentry's hand. Wow, it was a beautiful ball from Pippen. Just through the hands of Gentry. That would have had this place explode. Just out. Ooh, man. That's one he's going to want to have back.
And 7. 2:12 left to go in the ball game. Cedar Ridge down to 1 timeout. So is Harker Heights. Crowd is going nuts with the band. Here we go. 3rd and 7. Ramsey in motion. Fake it to him. Pippen to keep it. Steps up. Terrell Washington and company make the stop.
Big 4th down here.
The ball ball is up a yard to the 13. And Harker Heights is going to call their final timeout. This is pretty much the ball game, Michael. 1:55 left to go. 4th down and 6. Harker Heights, no timeouts left. Cedar Ridge with 1.
And it's either conversion here or Harker Heights runs this clock out, and the comeback kids fall just short. But hold on, they still have a play. They still have this ball. They still have a chance. Let's see what coach is drawing up in this huddle right now to try and get these yards, move these sticks, and get into this end zone.
We talked about that they needed a turnover. They needed to force a turnover, and they got the blocked punt, by Jayden Fike. And that's kind of been the turning point here, as they have an opportunity to get a first down or a score. 4th and 6 from the 13. They need to clear the 7-yard line for a first down. They've done well with some jet sweeps to Hamilton and Johnson. Junior Gentry, 7 catches, 68 yards tonight.
Here we go.
Possibilities are endless for the Raiders. Pippen with Johnson in the backfield with them. 4th and 6. Back to pass. Rolls to his right. Throws down the sideline. Is caught for a touchdown. Jake McGill on 4th down and 6 with a 13-yard touchdown, and this crowd is going nuts.
Wow. It looks like Pippen was about to take a sack right there and finds his man running on the opposite side of the field, lobs a beautiful ball over to him, and he just trots into the end zone to tie this game up at 33 with a chance to take the lead with this PAT.
1:49 left to go. Hamilton with an extra point to give Cedar Ridge the lead. And it is good.
Ice in his veins.
34-33. Unbelievable.
Wow. What a fourth quarter turnaround from these Raiders as they take a 1-point lead after being down 19 to start this final quarter of play. Wow.
See the fans in the student section. What a pass, what moxie from Jack Pippen. Pressure, rolling out. Throws a beautiful little ball to Jake McGill. And they are up 1. They need one more stop for this defense. 21 unanswered points for this team.
Wow. What a turnaround for these Raiders. Now all the pressure on Harker Heights as, hold on, we can't count them out just yet. They've had a very explosive offense this game. 5 touchdowns in the air. This game is far from over. I'm excited to see what they come out with and how Cedar Ridge responds.
Those 2 D linemen, Malik Cousin, Jonah Khalees getting a high five from Sam Robinson. Needs one more stop. There's another great kick from Hamilton in the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 from the 25. 1:49 left to go. Michael Alvarez.
Here we go again. The comeback kid so close to completing another comeback. This one much harder. 19 down to take this 1-point lead. It's all on the defense's back now to secure this game.
Remember, 20 unanswered because they did miss the 2-point conversion.
Yes.
They try to get it to 11, but the touchdown, they don't need it. And Hamilton's been great tonight. 4 for 4 on extra points. And his defense, one more stop. And Yanuzzi, Cousin.
Blake has
and
had.
Hollis needs to come up with one more stop. Blake on 1st down. Quick screen pass out to Butler. Out of bounds for a 1st down. A lot of action on that left side with Jonah Khalees. No holding call. So up to the 35-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup and a 1st down for Caden Butler.
Remember, Blake has doubled his touchdown totals this game on the season from 5 to 10. He has the arm.
Back to pass on 1st down. Dump off again to Butler, and he's hit hard by Raiders everywhere. Maybe picks up a yard. Actually, no gain on the play. 2nd down and 10, a minute 32 left to go. The clock also can become a factor as well. Remember, Harker Heights has no timeouts left.
Looks like they probably look for some passes going towards the sideline so they can save some clock here. Looks like from here on out, they're going to need to air this ball out.
Here's Blake, 2nd and 10. Pressure coming, throws in the middle of the field. That ball's caught. Wow, what a catch and what a throw to Bryce Bass for a first down. That ball is at the 49-yard line.
Beautiful throw with the pressure in his face. Delivers a strike.
13-yard pickup, 1st and 10. Blake moving quickly. Throws in the middle of the field. Ball's caught by T.J. Johnson. Johnson catches it to the 39 for a first down. 12-yard pickup.
Blake is putting some absolute zip on these passes to get them into those windows. Very impressive drive so far for these Knights.
Cedar Ridge holding to a 1-point lead. A minute 10 left to go in the ball game. Blake in the middle of the field. Ball's deflected. Incomplete. That was Baron Robinson and Christian Basildua and Logan Clabundi all on the coverage there. Clock stops 1:03, 2nd down and 10.
Blake again tries to zip a ball into a tight window, and that time the Raiders were able to pick that one up and force that incompletion.
For Fletcher, his career long 38 yards, so they would need to get down to about the 20-yard line for that. A minute 03 left to go, 2nd and 10. Blake taking his time, throws in the middle of the field to Butler, wrapped up and tackled by Basildua. But not before he gets down to the 33-yard line, a pickup of 6, 3rd down and 4.
Again, this offensive line has held that pressure on the D. Then again, the D line is only sending 3.
3rd and 4. Blake got time, steps up, looks like he wants to run for it. Wrapped up, hit. Gonna be a spot. He's gonna have enough for the first down. 35 seconds. Remember, clock. No timeouts for Harker Heights. Are they going to snap it here?
So they want to clock it,
They
yeah.
spike it with 32 seconds. It'll be a 2nd down and 10. What a great play by Dylan Blake to realize no one was open. Stepped up, ran for the first down, and then they spike it. 2nd down and 10 from the 32-yard line. From here, it would be about a 45-yard field goal. So Jaden Fletcher, for as many extra points as he has, only has 7 career field goals.
Trying to get into his range, close to his career high.
2nd and 10, 32 seconds. Play, middle of the field, ball's caught by T.J. Johnson down to the 15-yard line, and got an injured Cedar Ridge player. It's a 13-yard pickup. 1st and 10 from the 15. This is going to come down to the wire. 26 seconds. We'll be right back after this.
I've always wanted an EV, but until I saw the sleek Ford Mach-E, I didn't know just how exhilarating it could be to drive one. The Mach-E is the perfect balance between power and utility. And with features like adaptive cruise control, in-dash entertainment screen, and lane monitoring, my daily commute to training is effortless. If you're looking to make the move to the Mach-E, visit Covert Ford in Austin, where you'll become part of the family. CovertFord.com.
There's nothing quite like Central Texas high school football.
Beautiful day to play some football, boys.
Under the lights. Join IHS fans Rick Epstein and Jeff Power each week as they shine the spotlight on area high school football teams, players, and coaches.
Tuesday night, we'll be live at Bush's Chicken in Pflugerville, welcoming Panthers head coach Charles Taylor, plus Andrew Petter from the Georgetown Eagles and wide receiver Adrian Wilson of the Weiss Wolves. Tuesday nights, Under the Lights.
Tuesday nights at 8. Only on Talk 1370.
If you're looking for a special medical spa to bring out the beauty that's in you, come visit us at Ginger.
Baron Robinson, the injured Cedar Ridge Raider, down. His dad, Coach Robinson, goes to check up on him. As soon as Baron said he was okay, Coach Robinson was able to walk off feeling good about it, but he's got to sit out a play here. 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line for Harker Heights. Blake, back to pass, throws one in the end zone for Butler. Great coverage by Basildua. 2nd down, and there's a flag on the play. We might have a hold. He's had a lot of time back there the last few plays.
A hold here would
Pushes them back out of range probably. Too,
would derail this offensive momentum and push them further back out, further out and maybe out of the range.
So push the ball back to the 25-yard line, 18 seconds. They would have to get a quick play, a spike, and then set up the field goal. Remember, no timeouts for Harker Heights. $18 seconds left to go in the ball game. Cedar Ridge with a 1-point lead. The ball is at the Raider 25-yard line. Harker Heights trying to hold off and come back for the win.
Again, the stadium is shaking right now, or the stands are shaking right now.
Clock says 8 seconds left. I'm not sure what that means. Hand off to Butler. He's tackled.
This clock is going to run out.
It's going to run out, and it should be the ball game. And Harker Heights, kind of confused the way I am. It looks like
I thought there was 18 seconds.
And they might have ran off 10 seconds thinking that they did that instead of the holding penalty. But that might be a runoff because of the holding penalty.
Yes.
Inside of a minute. That's probably what happened. So Cedar Ridge comes back and holds on for the victory.
Wow.
20 unanswered points for the Raiders to come back. They were down 33-14 with 8 minutes left to go in the ball game, and some great stops and some great clutch plays. A great catch by Junior Gentry, a big run by Andrew Johnson, a huge catch by Gentry, great catch by McGill, Pippin. Everybody contributed to this win, and Cedar Ridge has a winning streak, Michael Alred, 2 in a row.
2 in a row. Back-to-back comebacks. They are the comeback kids. Wow. I mean, what a stand. Got to give credit to the offense for bringing up all of those touchdowns to get themselves back in this game, but also got to give credit to the defense as they were able to halt all of Harker Heights' offensive possessions and slow down that explosive offense.
What a win for the Cedar Ridge Raiders. Great job by Joseph Duffy, doing a little bit of everything tonight. Color, camera, stats. What'd you see here tonight, Joseph?
Well, Alan, like we've seen from the Cedar Ridge team all season long, it's the story of resilience. And that's what you see from a team that's gone to the playoffs 10 straight years, of course. End of the season last year, just sneaking in. But again, not going how they wanted in the first game of the season. Dropped that first game. Second game of the year, down 0-14. Come back to win that game. And, of course, down 19 in this ball game. 20 unanswered points. Take the lead in the end by an extra point. This team is 2-1. Heading to district play.
And it just creates that culture. You know the culture in that building, those senior leaders, those guys that have been on varsity before. We are not out of it. It is not over. Even though it looked that way, down 3 scores with less than 8 minutes left to go in the ball game, they believed. Sam Robinson believed, and they made some great stops, a 4th down turnover on a stop. They got a blocked field goal by Jaden Fike, a couple of big plays, and I got to go back to that catch by Junior Gentry where he caught the ball, turned around, it bobbled, it came out of his hands. Then the cornerback from Harker Heights had it in his hands, and then Gentry just snatched it back as they rolled to the ground for 40 yards. And then 4th down and 7. You need it. Jake McGill with a big touchdown. Every single big moment that Jack Pippin needed to step up for this team, he did so tonight.
Everything needed to go the Raiders' way for them to win this game, and everything did. They created their own luck, and they charted their own destiny. This team showed a lot of heart tonight. Down 19, easily could have gave up after that 19-point deficit in the 4th quarter, but they showed a lot of determination, a lot of grit to fight back and get this win. Much deserved.
So they started off with just 1 touchdown in week 1, starting to build a little bit. 24 points in the comeback win against Bowie last week. 34 points here tonight. 29 points in the last 2 games as they start to build this thing up, and the defense forcing turnovers. They forced 2 more today. They have 9 turnovers in 3 games. I mean, those extra opportunities help you out.
I mean, if you're Coach Robinson, that's all you can ask for your team, just to build steadily. They don't promise in football that you're not going to face adversity. It's just what you do with the adversity that you're faced with in the front. So, of course, this team has struggled in the first half, but they've gotten better in these past 2 games, of course, in the second half. So, great win for this team. They build on for the district play in the season, so should be a good season for the fellas.
And we don't want to take anything away from this receiving core.
Ooh,
but
yeah, absolutely.
We have an opportunity now, if they can add Reese Brooks back into the
There it
fold
is.
with Junior Gentry and Ramsey. It's just another layer and another defender that a defense can't keep in the box to stop the run, because now you have 2 X's on the outside in Gentry and Brooks, and then you got Ramsey, who's an incredible slot receiver, and then McGill, Aguirre, everybody stepping up when their number is called. The same thing on the defense. Baron Robinson goes out with an injury at the end of the game, last play of the game, and they still are able to figure it out. Unbelievable win.
I mean, just wow. It was quite the game to watch. If you turned it off at the start of that fourth quarter, I will have to say you missed quite the finish of this ball game. Wow.
Just classic Texas high school football on a Friday night.
Oh, yeah. Can't ask for anything better.
So to wrap it up, Cedar Ridge holds on at the end, 34-33 to cap a 19-point comeback as they win 2 in a row. They go to 2-1. They open up District 26-6A next week at Gupton Stadium, the road team against the Vista Ridge Rangers. It'll be Emmanuel Ramirez, Joseph Duffy, Michael Alvarez with you on that call right here on the iHSFAN Webcast Network. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube page. You can watch these games on your iPad, on your phone, most importantly on the big screen TV. Open up the YouTube app, search for iHSFAN, subscribe. You can watch the game right on your couch. Although I don't think anybody was sitting on the couch at the end of this game. Everybody was standing up in the middle like they'll be doing on Saturday and Sunday this week with football. So Evan Carter, Rick Epstein, everybody involved in the broadcast. I am Alan Cepeda. Cedar Ridge wins this one 34-33. Have a great night. We'll see you next week to take on the Vista Ridge Raiders. Take